Hello, everyone, and welcome. If you are watching here live on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our finale of the campaign we so affectionately call Smooches and Ice, also known as Tentacle Tuesdays and or Beyond the Mountains of Madness. I am your keeper of arcane lore for this evening, Laugh Love Lindy. And let's go around before we get started on everything else today and say who we are and who we will be playing for the last time in this game. I know. Do our best to keep it together, y'all. Grumpler, how are you doing today?
I was okay until you said that last statement. Anyway, hello everyone, I am Crumpler64. I am playing the character Baxter Liggins, artist hired as cartographer for the last time. Mixed emotions, just go to the next please before I cry.
Yes, well, I had to say it because I couldn't be the only one being emotional today. So, how are you doing, Jimmersion?
I'm doing well. Glad to be back here for another Tentacle Tuesday. Yeah, I'm Jimmersion, Jim Moreno, all across the internets there. Was Hunter Merrill up until a couple episodes ago. Died heroically helping save the world. And now I am the curious but still kind of in the dark Gunther Dunwich, botanist, speleologist, and yeah, we're heading back to the States, but I don't think the adventure is quite over yet. There's something else going to happen.
Yeah, dinner at New Year's Eve in Australia, obviously. What else could possibly happen that involves a ruckus shit, 5 a.m. Christmas Eve morning? Jess, look up at Joe. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Lena is also, mostly doing great because she's rescued her Professor Doctor Boyfriend Esquire at Law from, did I get all of them? From Antarctica, finally.
I think so.
And we're headed home. He has a new name. He's going to grow a beard and be very handsome, so it'll be great. If we can survive.
Yeah, that's the real trick, isn't it? Survival. But we know someone who's real great at that. That'd be my cousin Pro Restarter. How you doing, Pro? Hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm doing good, cousin. I'm super happy to kind of be here for the last episode. I'm super hyped, super sad that we're ending, but just enjoyed the ride that we've kind of been going on. And yeah, I play Hayden Stewart, selfie giveaway character, ace pilot, and the best Nazi shooter ever. Question mark?
Definitely the best pilot of all time. Without question.
That is true.
That's for sure a thing. We also have a Holotail. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Looking forward to the heartbreak that is the end of this game. And other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing how this all rounds up. So, excited. I'm playing Ash, the good old Irish post-apocalyptic Nazi apocalypse occultist. So this is going to be fun. He's aiming to be a kept man forever.
Fun is his middle name, and living the easy life is his game. We'll see what happens. But before we begin today's shows, I'm going to remind everybody of our sponsors. This week we have a special sponsor, which I'm just going to throw out there first because it's super exciting. It's the Spy Game. It's a D&D 5e compatible spy game with action and espionage, clandestine organizations, and secret agencies. You take on the role of a spy, running intel and engaging in wet work to ensure the security of the world from corrupt governments and the evil machinations of rogue villains. It's coming to Kickstarter soon, and the Quick Start PDF is available for free on DriveThruRPG, so definitely go check it out. Also, I definitely need to Google what wet work is, because I don't think it's what I'm thinking it is. We're also sponsored by Fantasy Grounds. It's a counter roleplay's virtual tabletop of choice. Over there, all the lovely dice rolls you see today will be there. You can also get for your in-person games miniatures from Wayland Games. WaylandGames.co.uk has all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm definitely tempted by it, just as I'm tempted by the Steam sales that are currently going on. And of course, last but certainly not least, Tabletop Loot. They have awesome dice we hit 20 retweets, we will be giving away a set of tabletop loot dice. They're super great. I love all my sets that I have. I guess I have probably too many, but it's fine. It's fine. Also, you can interact with today's game. Today is the last game of the show you can interact with. So you can donate to give nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and other stuff. Just check it out down there. It'll be fun. And also, if you see any very good clippable moments, clip it. We want to see it. We want to see what you guys like. So definitely do that. Now, I'm just going to go remind everybody of what happened last week before we start, with what happened this week, with what's going to happen this week. So last week, our Hayden had emerged from a tunnel in Antarctica cave, and it blew up behind him very dramatically, and leaving Ash and Professor Boyfriend Esquire at Law, MD, to wonder, wait, where was that German pilot Bauman that you were with? Was he still in there? And Hayden was like, he pulled a knife on me. And of course, no one has psychology anymore to see if he's lying, since our dear psychologist died. And they were like, oh, well, I guess that makes sense. They also managed to keep Gunther from finding out by distracting him with, storms and plants and the like. Then they took off in a plane, which Hayden had very nonchalantly set a box of plants on fire for going to fly the plane, because, that's what you want on a plane, is a flaming box of combustible things. Thankfully, people saw that the fire was there, and Gunther was able to put it out by smothering it, saving half of his samples that were there. Get on the ship. Everything seems hunky-dory. Everything went off without a hitch. But the next morning, they wake up and realize, well, Lena wakes up and realizes that her suitcase is open and looks like a bunch of stuff's been tampered with, but the door of the room is still locked, and Percy's suitcase, well, Lawrence Griffin now, his suitcase was still closed, and she looked and she discovered that the 2 mysterious rocks that she had packed, that Lois had wanted her to bring along, were missing, and saw a little bit of corrosive, like sticky stuff near the heater vent, and went, oh no, I may have brought something on board. So they go around, they look, they find each other, and Percival, well, Lawrence now, and Hayden decide, let's check on the engine room. It's probably the engine room or the pantry. They seem to be hungry and wanting warmth. They found one in the engine room that was eating one of the engineer's legs, managed to trap it in a waste bin, and they decided, let's freeze it. Let's put it in the freezer, which isn't as cold as Antarctica, but, it'll only slow it down, which it did. They kept it in there. They tried to set it on fire, found out that it really liked the warmth. Tried to electrocute it with Baxter's hands, found out electricity had no effect. They tried pouring acid on it, found out it had no effect. Eventually, they sliced it, diced it up into a bunch of little pieces and mixed it up with some water, and that seemed to have some effect, and they're freezing that water block now in the freezer. But they couldn't find the second one. They knew there was 2, so they spent several days kind of just scouring the ship, keeping it on the DL. You don't want to cause a bunch of panic, asking if anyone sees any rats. Let them know. No one really did, but you guys managed to keep finding evidence of something nibbling things and moving along the ship. It's the morning of Christmas Eve. Early in the morning. And y'all are asleep in your beds when there's quite a bit of a ruckus going on. It sounds like it's coming from the dog pens? The dog crates? The kennels? Who's the first one awake? And what do you do?
I imagine Lena's up and at 'em and getting dressed and nudging Lawrence, Percy, Dr. Boyfriend, awake very hard to also...
Yes.
Something's going on. It might be the thing. Oh, come on.
Just throws something on, tries to kind of halfway button it, pulls up his pants, kind of trips over, falls. So you guys are getting up. You head
Yep.
straight towards the kennels. All right.
Yeah, she's gonna thump on doors along
Thump
the
on the
way.
doors?
Just
All right.
yeah.
So anyone who didn't hear the ruckus going on, you definitely hear a on your door as Lena. Sounds like Lena. In a panic and going by.
I jump out and go check it out. Just like grab my like pants and like run out with like a gun.
Okay.
Yeah, about the same.
That's all you
I
need.
think.
Pants and a gun.
Wearing your gun and carrying your pants, is that what's happening?
Well, you know.
I mean, the choice is yours.
Shh, they're spoiling it. It was a surprise.
What about Baxter? Baxter get up at this?
Oh yeah, Baxter's grabbing Hunter's shotgun and any spare ammo and going.
All right. Get your pants on. You got the shotgun. Or are you skipping pants? Because that can
No, he would not.
obviously.
He would not skip pants.
You'll not skip pants. All right.
He's
their own.
been in army. He's gone through drills.
It's true. It's true. The army doesn't like it when you skip pants. Anyways.
No, they do not.
What about Gunther?
I don't know. Would the professor knock on my door?
Would you, Lena? Yeah.
Knock on? All right.
Or
He's
at least
like
you hear a bunch of
seen-
knocking. Yeah.
He's definitely seen enough. And well, is he in a room that one of the others previously occupied, or is he in his own?
I think he's in his.
Could be next to us because it's like
I
a
think
whole
he's like
like,
he's
hallway,
in
right?
the same wing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
She might have
just
inadvertently
been like knocking on the doors as
Yeah.
she went. Like I don't care.
He was like, this is the row where we all stayed. This will do.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Chamberlain, see what the ruckus is outside.
Oh, all right, sir. I could do that.
Took my pillow back over my head.
He opens the door and looks out. I think at this point, everyone else, everyone's got pants and guns, and they're following Miss.
I'm like
Miss
one
Stoddard.
like copying, like trying to put my pants on.
Some of them don't even have pants on yet.
It's just the morning
Oh.
exercise routine.
And
that's
I
all.
hear the dogs are howling.
All right. Should probably go check on this then.
Yeah, we had that incident with the dogs on the way here. Maybe something like that again.
Oh yeah, I do remember something about that, and there's been something rather curious going on too. I should probably go check this out.
All right. You want to come with
Stay
me, or-
here.
Okay,
No,
I'll
stay
stay
here.
here. Okay, Louise, let
Yeah.
me smack down.
Watch over the plants. Watch over the plants,
Of course, sir.
and I will. Out from under the pillow, I will take out a small black lacquered box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, vMix keeps kicking my camera offline here for some reason.
Rude.
So I bring out a small black lacquered box there, and I set that in his hands. And this is our potato. This is our
Okay.
prized possession.
All right. Yeah, I will guard
Make
this with my life.
Absolutely, you know what to do. And I just slip on a gray kind of a night shift, and then tie a robe, a university, a Miskatonic University robe on over it.
Yeah.
Tie it up. Band my hair back, and all right, I'll be back in a little bit, and see which way the commotion is. Everyone's heading down the hall. Which way?
Yeah, they're going towards the kennels.
Yeah.
And
Going in the direction of the
you
kennels.
almost can't see them anymore at this point. You just see like 'Cause Hayden was kind of like hopping as he went. He's kind of just
Okay.
see him like round in the corner.
I'll hurry after, but not run.
Okay, get a power walk.
Yeah, a little slower than that, but almost.
Okay. Cool. All right. It's between, a brisk pace and a power walk.
Right.
There's somewhere between them. Yeah. All right. So you all get there. Lena, you get there first to the kennels. You look inside and you see in a sight that's vaguely reminiscent of what happened on the way here, yet different. Instead of some of the dogs being loose and kind of just, they were ill, they were sick. Instead of the dogs being alive and loose, you see bits and pieces of a couple of dogs on the floor.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
you see one dog out of its kennel that looks larger than it should be, almost wolf-sized, and it's eating pieces that are on the floor, and it looks like as it's eating, it's getting larger. I'd like you to make me a sanity check, please.
Okay. That's fine. What a very nice doggo.
Strong start.
Yeah. Let me actually connect. If you want to roll for me in the meantime, because I'm having
Sure.
trouble.
Just
getting
don't blame
into
me
our
if it's awful.
game.
Oh, you got a 40.
Well, darn.
Okay. You're gonna lose.
How badly does this suck?
You lose 4 points of sanity.
Okay.
Not the dogs.
Oh, let's see how
I
Professor
mean-
Boyfriend does. God, he rolls a 13. Professor, what's
What the
wrong
fuck,
with you?
man?
Yeah,
How
I
is
guess
he
that's what
so
3 years-
unshakable?
I guess that's what 3 years at the Elder Things do to you.
It's true.
Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
you can get used to literally anything now.
Yeah, and you see a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of the other dogs that are still in their cages, in their kennels. They've got their hackles raised, but they're also kind of backed into the corner as if they're kind of scared.
All right.
You and Professor come in, and you have to like climb down a ladder to get into it. So you guys are kind of like at the top of the hallway, looking down into this. When Ash, Baxter, and Hayden kind of follow,
Yeah.
and as you see what happened, give me a sanity check, please. Yeah, you're fine, Hollow.
Hey, I think that passes.
That might pass for you. I know it doesn't pass for dear Baxter though. So, Baxter, you lose 3 points of sanity.
Spend 2, and then I'm gonna pass.
You can't spend luck on sanity.
Fuck. Then I fail.
Ah.
All right. Well, it keeps reducing, so you only lose 2 points of sanity.
Yay!
It's like 4, 3, 2. Come on, D4. Work with me. All right. So that's what you all see as you look inside.
Holy
Bastards. I heard the dogs. I'll tear out their lack of hearts.
I mean, we don't know they don't have hearts. It does not. Not the point.
I don't care if they do. I'll tear them all out.
We should stop that thing before it gets any bigger.
We should.
It's on a rock and road.
It is.
Are we just all gonna shoot it?
Fucking shoot it!
Okay. I guess we're literally just all gonna.
Okay. Just firing squad. All right. Everybody,
Yeah.
please give me whatever firearm you're using. A firearms check.
Everyone just hears gunshots again.
That's what Gunther's gonna
Listen,
come
this-
arod the corner to. It's just
Oh my God.
everybody discharging.
It did not go well.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah!
Oh, so badly.
Well, I might have shot one of us. I don't know.
My gun slowly
No.
turns toward Ash.
Got it.
Aiden.
What
It's
a hard
not
successful not, man boy.
hard success. Excellent. You're the only person to hit.
Bless you, Baxter, and your excellent aim.
Like,
The spirit of hunter's with me.
God, I'm so
Thankfully,
good at shooting.
Hayden didn't get 2 points worse because a 99 and 100's a fumble on a gun. So, thankfully, he rolled a 97.
Miss Lexington's not in the room, though.
She comes
She
out.
isn't.
She's stowed away.
I've been shot! You're riding next to the Tallahassee. It travels through the hull of your ship, through the hull, and hits her in the other leg as she's sitting down for breakfast.
We just
No.
hear over the ocean.
My other leg! Thankfully, it's not a 100.
Oh man.
Baxter, can you please roll me 8d6
Sure.
of magic shotgun damage?
I'm supposed to be good at this.
You're the world's best pilot.
I'm good at
Really?
16.
You can only be best at one thing, apparently.
Yeah.
Flying is
It's like
your thing.
base pilot, cross off crack shot becomes crap shot.
That's so many ones.
I know.
18
Christ!
God.
So the
Like,
shot was Hunter. The ones are Baxter.
Oh. Okay, so 18 points of damage with your
Baxter's
shotgun,
ammo.
which isn't bad. You know, I've seen some regular shotgun damage, which is 46. Do about that on a good day, but you have the benefit of this being magical shotgun ammo, so none of it gets resisted. So it's almost as if you guys start shooting, and its ears perk up and it starts kind of moving a bit faster than you expected. But Baxter's like, I got a shotgun. It's got spray. This isn't a problem for me. And you almost see like a slight orange glint to the shot as it kind of comes out, and it hits it. And you hear not the that you're expecting when a dog gets injured. It's more of a like a snarl, and it kind of looks up at you, and you see there's little holes in the pelt. But where the holes are in the pelt, you see oozy like tentacle appendages kind of start to sneak out from the skin. And Gunther, you came around the corner of the hallway to see a bunch of just muzzle flares and some smoke, and them all just standing over the entrance to the dog kennel, firing a lot of shots.
Oh, what in the blazes? I stumble back just a couple of steps, and I'm looking in the room, and what? I'm
Yeah.
not. What are they shooting at? What do I see?
Can I get a look? Because it's kind of raised up now, and it seems to just kind of like, give me a.
Oh god, it's got tentacles. Oh god.
And it's kind of pulling itself up, and you hear like a ripping sound, like if someone just kind of pulls a t-shirt, and you see the like it kind of raises up in its chest, kind of tearing apart, and the ribs crack open, and you see a bunch more of this mass kind of start to slurp out. And that's what you see, Gunther, as it kind of raises up and they're shooting at it. Please give me a sanity check.
That's
Ready?
fine.
I probably have
Nothing to
the
see here.
highest. I might have the highest sanity currently.
I
With the
sure
new-
hope you would.
I sure
with the
hope
new
so.
curriculum.
It's a 10.
Yeah, let's see what happens here, though. That is a fail.
Okay,
Makes sense.
that's going to be 4 points of sanity lost.
4
Oh, dear.
sanity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it takes me down to 46. Yeah, that makes. I grab my beard.
Never
and-
seen anything like this before in your life.
yeah, I'm just
Stay
gonna take
back.
a-
Everyone get back! Get back!
What would you guys like to do?
I think we should. Do we shoot it again?
Yeah,
Just
I'm,
keep
I'm
shooting it.
stepping
Just-
back and shooting.
Way ahead of you.
Baxter.
All right, give me some more
Bye-bye.
firearms checks.
We got nothing but our guns right now.
Because it's instant. Can I bless Baxter's shotgun skill, which gives him a bonus die?
Sure, that gives him advantage, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Yeah. So it will cost. Let's have a look.
Bad at
Sorry.
everything.
I'm so bad at guns.
Yeah, so it
Alright.
will, however, cost you 1d6 sanity loss for Crumpler, however. But it will
Yes.
give you a bonus die.
Would
to
you
your
like
skill.
to roll the d6, Crumpler, or would you like me to roll the d6?
You go for it. I want to see where this
Okay.
goes. If you're unlucky.
You lose 3. Pretty middling.
All right, we got
But
this.
roll that check again to see if you get any better or get a crit.
You got it.
Nah, all right, 21's better.
Cool, 12. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And that's for
Advantage
24
could be
hours.
very helpful in Call of Cthulhu. So excellent. So for 24 hours, you were a badass with the shotgun. But you did hit. So roll me another 8d6. Much
There we
better.
go.
That's about more average.
Hell yeah!
Cool.
Did anybody else hit with their guns?
No.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, I gotta roll.
Not with my
Am I
team.
the only one that think?
Professor Blake
You
missed
are.
as well. Yeah, basically you're 1v1ing it right now.
Because the rest of us suck at shooting.
I'm your support.
Yeah, that season Cthulhu apparently.
Lena had literally one good shot in her, and that was it.
That was
So
the Nazi.
salty.
It was good timing, though.
All right.
I'm just so.
It's like I'm so
I'm
good
just-
at guns.
Yeah. I'm just Baxter's cheerleader. Thank you.
All right, so you hit it again, and as you see this kind of orangish, like sheen shot hit, you see it kind of like blast off little bits, and it has the same effect as when you saw it kind of shaving off bits of it in the bucket. It's gotten smaller. However, at this point, now it basically peels itself out of the dog's skin, having stretched it to its limit, and it being too slow for its desires, it is going to take its round to shed the wolf skin and kind of start to slurp up the ladder. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna run back to my room. So, would I have an idea if the radio would have any effect?
You have no idea.
I'm gonna run to that and because I've tried on every single elder thing I've faced so far.
I know you have.
I have this one, so I'm gonna run back to my place. Like, oh, I got an idea. Just don't die.
What? Just don't die.
All right, I'll
This is the
stand
person
back
who's
there.
technically
Where-
one of the best shots.
Where'd that ice knife get to exactly? Where did
Oh,
we leave that?
I toss you my ice knife.
Mhm.
Okay.
You don't think that the ice knife will have much effect, seeing as how I mean, as long as because it's heat based. It's like a heat knife
Mhm.
that loved fire. But you do have a
Yeah.
regular knife.
You know what? Stabbing it seems to be an option.
It's a definite option.
Close.
All right. So what about Ash and Lena and Baxter? It is slurping its way up the ladder.
Right.
I think Lena would be looking at literally anything in reach that she could like throw at it to keep it. from
Yeah,
going.
there's some stuff. There's some packs of food. There's some
Not food. I
you
don't want
sure?
to feed it. No.
Okay.
No.
You find give me a luck check. Let's see if anything
Okay.
super handy is nearby.
I think that's good. Yeah.
All right,
I have 56
successful.
luck. So.
Perfect. So yeah, you find there's a fire extinguisher. There appears to be like a pallet, like an empty pallet, like once had food on it, but all the food's been consumed, and so it's just kind of leaning up against a wall. There's also a shovel for like cleaning out the doggo pens.
You know, unleashing a fire extinguisher on it is something I don't think we've tried.
No.
I think she would try that.
All right. So
So
you grab the
just
fire
gonna.
extinguisher off the wall. You don't like. It's hard to miss with a fire extinguisher, so you're not gonna have to roll for it. But we will see what happens after we hear what Ash and Baxter are gonna do.
So I'm gonna do all I can do in this situation, which is be incredible moral support for Baxter. I'm gonna be stood behind him a couple of inches so that I'm not getting hit by the blast of the shotgun. I'm just gonna, you can do it, Baxter. Shoot it, kill it, thread the needle and destroy that thing. I believe in you. Do you feel it? You can hit it. You can destroy this
When Baxter becomes the hunter.
Exactly.
Cheerleader Ash is the best.
This is what we practiced for. This is the result of our magical Pictionary. I'll show it who's boss, and then we'll draw the hell out of this later.
Good.
All right, give me that shotgun
We
roll
all
with
need a
advantage.
moral support Ash in our lives.
We do.
All of
we
us.
do.
Do I still have the
He's gonna make
advantage,
a
or do I roll on a do I roll
roll
normally
advantage.
now?
Because you've got
Nice.
it lasts for 24 hours, so
Good.
nice. I mean 69, so. But that 72 is a lot better.
Oh,
Give me another 8d6.
Gladly.
shoot it!
Nice.
There we go.
Excellent.
This is the scene that's in the movie trailer, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, Ash starts talking to you, pumping you up. Lennox pulls the pin. Percy Lawrence, Professor Doctor Boyfriend, shoots and misses, but he's backing up. Lena pulls the fire extinguisher. A huge cloud kind of billows forth and radiates out. It doesn't seem to like it. You hear almost a high-pitched ringing in your heads as the cold from the fire extinguisher touches it. And it slows down a little bit. Instead of the fast writhing, it kind of goes almost a little bit slower as it kind of... You don't see it exactly because of all the cloud that's formed, but you see the outline of it, black against the white of the fire extinguisher smoke. And you... another blast towards it. And it definitely seems to have more of an effect, especially with it being chilled and slowed down like this. You see a couple of limbs kind of flail off and kind of shatter with the cold. It does not like the cold. And you deal a sustainable amount to it. It definitely appears visibly smaller. Instead of being much larger than you and then human sized, it's probably about the size of a large cat or small child now, but it's still kind of writhing on the floor in your direction. You have one more round of the fire extinguisher. I'm going to say you have like 2 rounds of it. It's 30s, come on. It can't go forever.
Yeah.
But Hayden, you get to your room, and you get the radio.
Grab it, yeah.
You put the component in
look.
to turn it on.
Yeah, put it in, switch it on, stop running back.
Put it in and switch it on, and before you never heard anything, now you hear on it.
I'm like,
It sounds almost like a language, but you can't quite understand it. And it's really deep and rumbling. It almost seems to like reverberate through you, through the radio waves.
Does it feel like when I got tentacle touched?
No, it feels like the audio version of looking at these repulsive little things. Auditory version. It makes your skin crawl listening to it. Maybe this is a way to understand them, or to at least hear it.
I bring it back anyway.
Okay, because they haven't really made it much noise, besides,
Yeah, it's just like the high pitched tone it was making. Now, maybe he can communicate.
So you run back, and you see it. Like you get there, and it's a huge cloud. What's Gunther?
It's so weird because you hear this noise before you see me. So
You do. You guys hear this?
Ominous Cthulhu talk.
Well, how's Gunther reacting to all this? You're kind of backed up a little bit behind everybody, and you're in a cloud of fire extinguisher dust, and you hear this crackling, deep foreign language that just makes your skin crawl, like coming from behind you, and this thing is coming in front of you, and it's just, it's like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, I've just been standing there staring at this thing and the whole entire scene, and then when Hayden runs back by with that radio, it kind of shocks me just a little bit, and I scoot out of the hallway, and I'm in the room, and is there anything I could do? I look for another fire extinguisher.
Okay, give me a luck check.
Let's see. My luck is 40. Okay.
This is one of those, do we have this really helpful thing on hand things?
Nope.
You find a fire starter.
No, I would probably
Jason
see that.
Code.
That is the opposite of helpful.
I would probably see that shovel first because I'm used to handling a shovel.
Yeah.
Being a farmer and a botanist. So, can I make it to the shovel? Is it, if I run to the shovel, will it put me in danger?
It's gonna put you pretty close. You're gonna be in the cloud. You're not gonna be like between it and the rest of the people, but it's gonna put you in line with Lena and Baxter.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be in their line of fire or anything.
No,
Okay.
you'll just be in line with them.
Yeah, I'll scurry over. I'll scurry over to the shovel, grab it, and just hold it for a second. Stand there. Just.
All right. Well, you've got one round of fire extinguisher. I'm assuming you're just keeping it going. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Ash Baxter. You all also hear this ominous coming through the radio on that Hayden's holding in his arms. Which you've seen him have before, but it's never made any noise ever.
What in the world is that?
Hayden, what is that?
You brought a horror box with you.
No, that sounds terrible. No, I think it's that, and I point to like the black thing.
Right.
Has it gotten more clearer as we've gotten close to it?
It has gotten clearer as you've gotten closer to it.
What's it saying?
You don't know.
Oh,
But it makes your skin crawl, like goosebumps.
But I don't think we need to know what it's saying, Hayden. Let's just kill
cold
this
chills
damn
down your spine.
thing. Yeah. Let's just kill it. I don't like this at all. Even its words sound horrible.
Yeah, right. And I kind of put it down.
You're like, oh, yeah, right.
Keep hold that for later. I stand up with a gun in my
The
hand.
radio does have a use. Let me just set it down right.
Save that for later.
All right, Ash Baxter. What are you
Gonna go
do?
first shot actually this time.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gotta level up the rifle and give it a go.
why do I try? Why do I try?
Oh no! Have you ever rolled below like a 7?
Unfortunately.
I don't know why I try.
15.
Hayden Stewart is a man of peace.
You said I shoot her in the face too many times. It's like the gun knows.
He was trying to hit
The
one of my
gun has a will of its own. It has become
Right.
sentient.
Give me that 8d6.
Oh god.
All right.
Yeah.
With that last shot, and the fire extinguisher slowing its like blobulous descent upon you guys even more. Sorry, I looked over at Ashen, you giggling. Yes, it's blobulous descent on the group of you all. The shotgun blast hits it, and you see kind of just like not quite shatter, but chunk and fall into a bunch of different pieces. It looks like they're trying to rejoin or reconnect each other, but now's your time, if you're going to do it, to just kind of stomp it out or finish it off. You've got it at a weak point right now. It hasn't reformed yet. It's trying to. You can see it kind of slowly start to stick back together.
Quickly.
Yeah, we should probably.
I get the knife and I start.
Has anybody got a
I don't
bucket?
turn it. I don't turn it on. I
Yeah,
don't
you don't turn it on. You just
smacking.
start
Yeah.
smacking it.
Is
see
there
that?
a piece?
Slice and dice.
Is there a piece of it that comes close to Gunther?
Oh yeah, it's kind of just slurping. It's slurping together, but a couple little pieces are trying to like maybe slurp together separately.
And I creep over to it. Slam a shovel out on it.
All right.
Spade it back.
Yeah,
And
it's not
I
hard.
guess the-
You've done botany. You've done this to poisonous
Yeah.
snakes before, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. It just
because there's a loud ringing. I guess the floor is metal chip. So
yep. Whole shit's
just a
metal.
loud bang. He looks startled again for a second. Lift the shovel up.
Lena's gonna look around to make sure we didn't miss anything.
Give me a spot hidden check.
Yeah.
Of course.
Gonna just place a hand on Gunther's shoulder. Just be like, now you're one of us.
Oh,
We can never speak about this.
Speak about what? What
Exactly.
was that?
That is the question, Gunther. Old boy. And there's no answer, so let's just get on with it.
Extreme success, by the way, Lindy.
extreme success. You see one little piece inching its way towards one of the dog kennels.
She's gonna grab the sharpest thing that's nearby and stab it.
Mhm. Yeah, you're able to get it before it gets under the crate. And all the dogs at this point are kind of just... Oh, their hackles aren't raised
Poor
anymore. They
things.
sense the threat's gone, but they're shaken. They're scared.
Yeah.
Gonna go console the dogs.
Yeah, Ash begins Operation Love the Puppets.
Love the puppers. There are still a few
all right.
chunks of dog along the floor, splayed out in certain areas, but the vast majority of the puppos are okay. Just real
Right.
scared.
We need to get some gloves and we need to put this thing in the bucket and put it on ice. Don't touch it with your hands, whatever you do.
Right.
We need to clean this up.
Wait. There's still another one, isn't there, out there?
That's the second.
This was one.
No.
Or is this the second one?
This is
Second.
This is the last one.
Thank God. Oh, thank Lord.
You see,
Brilliant, good,
Bristol kind of comes over to you. Mr. Lawrence Griffin comes up to you, Gunther, and he goes, can I borrow that shovel? Just take that. Okay, there you go. He's gonna kind of start quickly scooping into a bucket. Give me listen checks, everybody.
You mean there's another one?
Hey!
Checks here. All right. So, Hollow and Pro,
Flying in the
You
sky.
guys definitely both hear sounds, people's footsteps coming in this direction. There was a lot of gunfire that just kind of went off in the bowels of the ship.
yeah.
That's gonna draw some attention.
Yeah, my ears are still ringing from all that, so I hear nothing. I'm not used to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Lena succeeded, so she's definitely hearing
Nice.
footsteps.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys hear people approaching.
Is it
Ready to explain what we've been doing in here?
Why don't you just say there was one of the dogs went rabid and
Yes.
and it's very fast and terrible shots and I'll clean this up as quickly as possible. He's kind of just shoveling bits into like a water pail that was there to refresh the dog's water. He's just kind of shoveling it in there.
Hayden's gonna
Post up by the door.
Hayden's gonna like walk toward hear the running, and is just gonna shout, "It's all right. It's all clear. It's all clear. We sorted it." As like people are running. Weapons, most likely.
You see Miss Jameson come across the corner. She is and Olaf, as they are the doggo trainers, and they both kind of look at you, and they're like, and James is like, "What happened? What is everything all right? What's going on?" And Olaf's like, "Is everything good?"
One of the dogs went completely rabid, and it's a bit of a mess in there. We came as quickly as we could, and I'm afraid one of them is gone. But
yes, it seems
they're shaken. But
oh well, I will.
I'm so sorry.
Is it messy in there?
Yes,
A little bit.
Very.
Okay. Here, you stay here. I will see whose dogs it was. I don't want you to get worked up. And she's like, "I've seen things before." And he's like, "No, it's fine. You stay here." Olaf hasn't seen much, but he's seen enough to know that you guys are probably dealing with something bad.
Lena will stay with Miss Jameson and like try to keep her busy.
Okay. All right. So Olaf's gonna come back in there and go, "Oh, what do I want to know what happened? I assume it's bad as I see it. Like, it looks like wolf exploded. I think it's bad."
I mean, I thought the Nazi things was bad. He was there for the meeting, right? Like us like discussing about the Nazis and stuff. If I remember correctly.
No, he was by the plane most of the time. He did see the elder things though. Because he saw them flying up, and he's seen a few weird, like odd, strange things, but he's not seen.
He's seen
a lot.
some shit.
He's seen some, but not a ton.
I still say that. Like,
okay.
Ugh.
Okay. Well, I will help with cleanup, and yes, definitely with Feral.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. It seems whatever what made him go feral the last time was still left in some of the old ship's care packaging.
This container of food. All right. You can go with this story. All right, but someone should tell her so she does not come down here. I am not good at talking to her.
Kind of look around.
Ash is standing there. Gunther looks shell-shocked. Baxter's standing there. Lena's kind of keeping her occupied for a couple minutes. Who wants to go convince her that everything's fine?
I mean, I could give it a go, but what's our story again? I was a bit distraught. I couldn't fully get it.
When we first started, some of the dog's food was poisoned, made some of them go feral. Best to tell her that one of the meal packages was just left and not gotten, and sadly was mixed up.
Right. All right. Will do. He'll kind of nod and straighten himself up and then get walking and put on his most solemn of looks.
Okay. Yeah, you see her talking with Lena and kind of like doing the nudge forward thing.
Hello. I assume you're the other dog trainer here.
Yes, I am. And what is going on?
It's rather dreadful. I heard apparently on the way here something similar happened. There were packages of food that were tainted, and it made the dogs.
Someone not get rid of all the packages?
It seems
Is
not.
that what happened?
It was a mess in there. It seems somebody made a mistake. One of them was left in. One of the tainted packages was eaten.
Give me
And
persuasion
it's
check. Or
not
fast
good.
talk. Persuasion,
Cool.
fast talk, or
Let
charm.
me just check what I'm better at. I'm way better at persuasion, so I'm gonna go with
All
that.
right.
I got a 7.
Give it a go.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's a success.
Cool. She'll be like, careless idiot Spittle. Is Olaf dealing with it?
Olaf's dealing with it, yeah, he's seeing to it. The rest of them are a bit spooked, but they're alright.
It's not how I wanted to spend my Christmas, but I guess it's not how any of us wanted to spend it,
I
but
know.
we'll be all over with this soon. Just
Aye.
let me do when it's all taken care of. She kind of
Certainly will do.
turns around and she's frustrated and unhappy.
Yeah.
Upset, but you've managed to keep her out of the room and you hear telling somebody else in the hallway as more footsteps kind of come down, and her being the dog trainer, they listen to her and they kind of just go back and turn around as well.
Sweet.
So you all are able to clean up the mess, deal with it.
I'm gonna try and talk to Gunther if I can. Just to right there with everyone as we're kind of cleaning up, and just kind of put that arm in the shoulder, and just kind of say, "Are you alright?"
Mr. Gunther.
Talking to Gunther?
Yeah.
Camera popped out again.
Are you alright?
So, this is what's been going on?
Well, kind of like comes in close conspiratorially. That's what got some of our people, yes.
God, you mean
Hunter.
killed?
Yes. There was a whole situation, barely made it out alive, but we thought it best to not tell anyone, because as you saw, it gets bigger if it eats and smaller if you attack it, and if you leave the smallest bit around, it can just keep going. So the less attention in the area, the better.
I will step back and put my back up against the wall, just... So, what is it? What was it? Do you know?
Some organism, life form, frozen in the ice. All of our... I know this is shocking. You're stunned and frozen, but try and bear with it, my friend. All the activity with the ice cutting and the traveling stirred it all up. It's quite dangerous. Any one of us here, and I kind of point to everyone, can tell you. That's why we had to make sure that none of the samples we took were contaminated with them.
Samples?
Yes.
My seeds, my plants, are they safe? Have they been contaminated with that thing also?
It's possible. Some of them might not even be seeds, from our understanding. We thought they were rocks at first.
All right, and Gunther will take a deep breath, and I will hurry out of the hold and go to where my section of the cargo hold is, where I've got plants and seeds and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in this one or it's probably not in the kennel.
No, it's not in the kennel, but it's nearby. You can just go around around the main bulkhead.
I will. This time I will speed walk towards the hold, and I will go in that direction.
Okay. All right, you get there. You see a bunch of neatly labeled crates and boxes.
I'll just start with the first one. I will pop it open and I don't even know what I'm looking for. Hands are shaking just a little bit, and yeah. So I'll just start taking my plants out. I've got them in small little containers, and just start kind of holding them up and just looking at them. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for anything that might not look like a plant.
Okay, give me a botany check.
All right, that's going to be, my skill is, all right, 70. So, yep, shaking up.
Nothing but plants here.
My head,
Completely normal.
ears are still ringing, and I'm still processing my mind as what the hell I just saw, and everything that they were. The whole time they were over there on the other side of the mountain, these things, and then they killed Hunter. Oh, did they kill the Professor Greenaway? Did they kill also Starkweather? All this is running through my head, and so yeah, I'm just going through an act of looking at my plants. I'm not really seeing what I'm looking for.
Oh. All right. So y'all managed to clean up. By the time it's around breakfast time, it's pretty quiet on the ship. Everyone kind of went back to bed after being awoken, or some people stayed up. But breakfast, you can smell breakfast kind of cooking in the mess hall. As you dispose of and take care of the last bit of whatever's there. The dogs have calmed down, and they seem pretty tired as well. After all that early morning commotion, they think it's time for a nap. And so everything's been cleaned up and tidied, and you all are able to have kind of a solemn Christmas Eve.
Does the sign ever, does the voice ever come back when I try it?
You don't hear it.
Good warning sign.
You're like, I'm just leave this on.
Let's go leave it on for now.
All right, y'all have a solemn Christmas Eve, and the next, and kind of have some fitful sleep the next night. You did overhear at breakfast that morning that, or the Christmas morning, that apparently a lot of the sailors and crew have been having nightmares, but then they suddenly stopped after Christmas Eve. They slept fine the night before, but the past, like a few days leading up to Christmas Eve, weird dreams and nightmares, but stopped now, so
Good.
they're feeling a lot better, feeling better rested. Christmas goes on.
We just had no more dreams then. We would have so.
I think I just assume y'all have like some nightmares and stuff like on the regular of what you've seen, and so it's like nothing. What do you mean? That's been every night the past 3 months. Like, what are you talking about? It's my life now. But Christmas Day comes, and bottles of champagne are popped. The majority of the crew is like, successful expedition, huzzah, and is very excited and happy about it. Turlo, First Officer Turlo, gives you each a bottle of scotch. It's definitely the same scotch that you guys found on that boat, but it's a very nice scotch.
How generous.
You didn't keep it all.
Well, we'll have to drink that before we go back to America.
Actually, as you guys kind of get closer, you're getting more radio distance of Australia without having to use the long range. You guys are catching up on news. Apparently the prohibition was stopped on December 12th.
Hey!
You can bring your bottle of scotch back to America. No problems.
That is the best news.
Yeah.
It is good news.
The best news we can talk about. We can't talk about how we saved the world.
Yeah. Poor Ash, what's a prohibition?
What's that again?
We weren't allowed to drink alcohol
Why?
Legally.
Why?
legally.
Did all the Nazis take it away, or?
No, No, it was just legislation.
It was a strange time. Thankfully, I
Right.
took a lot of trips to the UK.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Lucky you. Try to imagine being in college and not being able to drink.
Try imagine being in college.
Imagine.
I don't have to imagine I was there.
I was there too.
Wait, have you all been to college and it's just me who's not been? Because that's kind of embarrassing.
Well, I dropped
haven't.
out.
Well, I'm sure you could ask Miss Lexington to pay your way through.
I mean, that's pretty much the plan.
Yes.
Well, there you go
I'm
then.
self-taught.
Get a degree in anything you want.
Magic.
Maybe. Oh, I've already got a degree in magic. Second degree in awesome.
I would hazard a guess that work experience probably matters more there.
Well, I have basically no work experience.
Or from fighting Nazis.
There is that. Yeah, I'll put that on my CV. Or resume or whatever it is you call it. Fighting Nazis, casting magic. Magical Pictionary.
This man needs to go to an asylum.
You know,
We'd like to consult you to a drug test.
if you ever consider making a move to Hollywood, Ash, I'm sure they would delight in your imagination as a writer.
Maybe. I think I could do that. That or acting or something might be fun. I've heard that was a thing that people used to do back in the day. I watched some movies, the few that were around at the time that were left. They were fun.
We should
Actually, look, I'm not like you, Lena. But like, no offense, a lot more glamorous. Like you, but if you'd not been on an expedition to the Antarctic, it would have been all dressed
Like
up.
you, but with
That's
makeup
right.
and styled hair.
Funny you should say that. My sister's an actress.
Oh, your sister. Oh, that explains everything. I'm a big fan of your sister.
She
Yeah,
was.
so am I.
Yes. She's very good at what she does.
Well, Hayden, if you do ever do a movie about your, your life, I definitely play your best friend. It's been with you at all times. Just saying.
Yes, you could definitely be number 2.
Yes.
If I make a movie. It's gonna
It's
sound
when.
weird.
Hayden, it's when.
I'm sure it's when.
I mean, you could have a working partner. I'm sure we could use some professional advice.
If you need me to consult as an archaeology expert, I certainly could do that. I'd rather stay behind the screen, though.
Well,
Yeah, maybe even get your sister involved to play you.
She would enjoy that far too much. I'd be afraid of what she'd do.
it looks like we've all got some sort of call to Hollywood.
Yes, they look to Baxter. Maybe she was a stuntman.
Question
Baxter
is, which
brilliant.
studio do we take it to?
We can make our own, like Lexington Studios or something. I'm sure that Lexington would be into that.
Oh, I'm sure she would.
The
Those
silver
Warner Brothers
screen.
run for their money.
They're getting them quite a bit, aren't they?
That's what I hear.
All right, and as you guys have a more happy Christmas, kind of catching up on news that keeps coming in on the radio. A couple people found out that they've had, some of their kids have been born while they were on the expedition. They were excited to see them when they get back to New York. And you guys pull into Melbourne, Australia for New Year's Eve. You guys get there around, mid-afternoon. And did you see that the Tallahassee is already docked there? Aisha Lexington is waiting on the docks for you.
As everyone wakes up in their rooms, like all the crew on the ship, I've written them all a note. It's like slidden under the door. It's inviting them to the meal.
All right. What does the note say?
What's the name of the ship again?
The Gabrielle.
Dearest crew of the Gabrielle, you're all invited to a splendid engagement with yours truly, Hayden Stewart, ace pilot. Please see enclosed portrait of myself for your for your own for your own keeping. Just me and a swear in a pipe. You're all invited to a gala and a beautiful meal at the most finest of restaurants to celebrate a well-done expedition and to remember those we've lost and the friends and relationships we've gained along the way. Yours
The
truly,
restaurant
Hayden Stewart.
that'll be held at is called the Cloistered Pearl.
There's
Apparently
another.
it's apparently it's got a lot of windows that face the ocean, and it's got like a big balcony where a live band will be playing music and I'll be dancing.
Nice. The ocean. That's what I want to see.
Not much of that.
That's what I want to see.
At least there's a beach before the ocean.
There's another headshot with me just holding an oyster and that has the address written on it. I'm sure. Listen.
When did you get that taken?
When
You needed a beach.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's true. Yeah. Then
Just did a whole
especially.
series of an entire series of speculative
Honestly.
headshots just in case.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna need.
All right, so you all get these. So that you wake up, and it's the first thing you see, looking down at your floor.
She's gonna just read it and just kind of set the headshot aside. Shake her head with a smile.
Lawrence puts it in the suitcase.
Save that for later.
Oh, great. Listen.
He
She went
thinks
to
it's gonna be
Antarctica
fun to
for this
torment
man.
you. He thinks it's gonna be
Oh,
fun to
God.
torment you with it later. Like you open the fridge and there's just a headshot. You're like, you go to your house,
Turn
you,
up.
you open your drawer like to get your close to the day, just headshot. Yeah. So that's what a good doctor professor boyfriend at law is saving that headshot for.
Good. Glad to see that his total loss of sanity did not kill his sense of humor.
Obviously not. It probably enhanced his sense of humor as one of his few coping mechanisms he has left. But you guys get off the docks. You guys get off on the docks. You guys get off on the docks, and the Tallahassee's parked on the other side. Acacia Lexington is not in her parka. She is not in any sort of Antarctic garb. She is in a summer dress. Looks set to kill. She is loving fashion, loving not being in Antarctica, and soaking up this good Australian sun. This is nearing the end of summer in that hemisphere of the world. It is warm, brisk. This is more weather you're accustomed to, Ash. Warm. It's still not as hot, but it's definitely nice and warm. And she goes, "Oh, hello, y'all. I've taken of course, the liberties of get most of your doc paperwork done ahead of time so you can just sign in on the checkbook and not have to show papers or nothing."
Brilliant.
That is
Amazing.
wonderful. Thank you so much, Miss Lexington.
Of course. Now, I heard something about a dinner going on.
Yes, it seems Mr.
is, yes.
Stewart has invited us all to a lovely little celebration now that
I
we're back
see.
on land.
Well, I take you'll be needing a +1, Ash.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Of course.
Aiden's like a friend. I'm sure he's fine with it.
Yes. I stopped. Actually, you need a headshot to get in. Take this one. And I give her a headshot, and it's just me smiling, pointing a gun.
I do love that you have headshots as your invitation to get in. It's brilliant.
Uh-huh.
That is so absolutely you, Aiden.
She kind of sees you pointing the gun. She's like, charming.
It was for an action film.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Just kind of just pulls actually. But we've got to get you something to wear for the dinner, because that will not do at all. And just drags Ash off down to buy him clothes to equal her fanciness, because she can't be seen with him dressed like Nazi apocalypse. Minus Parker, because Ash really...
Speaking of shopping,
you get a whole suit.
She's
Yeah.
She's super gonna be looking at Lawrence like.
I think we're going to make a day of getting you situated too.
That would be nice.
Clothing he had.
It's kind of like 4 different people's outfits kind of combined together to be not threadbare.
Yeah, we're gonna go get him outfitted as well, and Lena will buy herself something nice too, because she cannot have Lexington stand her up in appearances.
Excellent.
It's
So yeah,
unfair.
you guys buy a nice suit, nice summer suit, and a beautiful sundress. Ash, you get put in a suit. A straw hat is provided as well as a cane. I feel it just really fits the aesthetic, you know.
I like the cane. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
All right. And so everyone, it gets whatever shopping and clothes done that they need to procure, and they are able to go to the Cloistered Pearl. There is someone at the door checking for headshots on the way in. So Percy pulls his out, and he's like, +1. And they're like, oh, of course. She's her name's on the list. They check off. And it is a beautiful establishment. You can smell. They've got surf and turf here. You also see kangaroo steak is on the menu.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you had burgers last time. This time it's steak because you're going to a fancy place. There is charming music playing as you guys are, not on the ocean. The ocean is just faint waves in the distance, and a lively kind of jazz band is playing. That is the current vibe. People are already there. There's a lot of people from the ship. A lot of the sailors just kind of threw on whatever they had that wasn't their sailor's uniform. And there is crab. It's a lovely spread going on. Drinks are flowing. There are bottles of champagne. And there is a clock counting down to the new year.
This is also ominous, I did.
That's fine. Not worried
Just
at
like
all.
bring out the meal, they take off the little covering, and it's just a shrug off that rolls out. Like,
Oh, it's like one of our fever dreams.
I say cloistered pearl. I meant cloistered. Show off.
Alright,
Oh,
and
no. God.
Baxter, you wanted to go look for your +1?
Yes.
Alright. So where do you know where Sheila's house, or at least you know the house that Sheila took you to when you were last here? You also know she frequents a couple of the bars and, the illegal, cockfighting that takes place in some of the back
I
alleys.
know that. Yes.
Where do you go to look for her?
I first start where we first met. I start there.
You start at the
Start
bar.
at the bar.
All right.
Start at the bar.
The nightclub. All right. You're there, and it is hopping. It's New Year's Eve. Everyone wants to be out. But Sheila did have bright red hair, almost shockingly bright, and so she's fairly easy to pick out from a crowd. And she is, in fact, at that club. She is pounding down a shot of the rattlesnake vodka that you all had. Some of you all had tried the last time you were here. She hasn't noticed you yet, though.
I make myself more noticeable. I jauntily my way up to her.
All right, you know, Josie your way up to her, and she just kind of does a second shot. And, whew, she turns around, and then she kind of looks, and like the reflection of her glass, she turns and she sees you. And she goes, "G'day, mate. It's been a while, then, hasn't it? You'd get to Antarctica?"
Yes, and as I promised, I did say I'd return.
You did indeed. Oh, I didn't think you'd be coming back. Not for a girl like me. So, New Year's Eve, eh? She kind of just
Indeed.
puts her arm around you. There's a lot of fun things you can do on New Year's Eve.
Very true.
Where do you want to start?
Yeah.
Because I know where we should end.
Well, as much as I can see, this place is absolutely kicking. There is a lovely place I need to take you. It was a treat of a dear friend.
Right, as long as I'm not paying, let's get this straight.
And that's when
Yeah,
I take out the headshot. We're kind of VIPs.
It's the weirdest invitation I've ever seen.
It's not mine, but it's how it works. And I just kind of
Right.
hand on the hip, guide her out.
She's already several drinks in, but she is looking to party and have a good time. And you take her over to the Cloistered Pearl, where you check in with your headshot +1. And the doorman kind of looks at Sheila and kind of sighs. "Of course, sir, you can go right on in."
Thank you. Ladies first.
"Thank you." She kind of swaggers on in, swaying ever so slightly. So you guys, Baxter comes in a little bit later than the rest. Makes quite the entrance with a bright red head. He's got her hair kind of half done up. You don't think it was all the way. You think it was probably all the way up at some point, but it's probably half fallen down through the course of the very early evening. And she's wearing a tighter cocktail dress in a bright red color.
He didn't kind of come in like last, like, you know, because he's like going to be early to his own party.
Yeah, I'm guessing you come in on like the balconies, and then you come down the staircase. You're like, whoosh.
Yeah, like I'm like I keep forgetting his name, but the mechanic guy, the flyboy, who's
Joe.
my co-pilot. Joey's with me as well, and we both kind of come down. We're in like a black jacket,
you
like
get
a
cleaned
dark
up?
blue
Okay.
shirt.
Yeah,
I'm not
he's got a
shaved.
suit.
Like I'm not fully shaved. Like there's like a stylized beard, like I'm like a combed over like hair, like, pretty dapper.
Nice. And Joey shaved. He got his hair. He got a haircut while he was in town, and he got a suit. So he's
Nice.
he's got a little bow tie on.
I like it.
So
A dapper gentleman.
Well, it's nice to be back and feel like my old self. Isn't that right? And I look in my pocket, and where there should be like a little pocket chief, there's just like a very nice bottle now, and Goop's in there with like the lid off.
This is really nice.
Only the best for my friends.
I like the party. Can I go to the buffet?
Of course you can.
Yay!
right. You're right, Lena?
Yes, perfectly fine. It's just nice to, get done up for the first time in ages.
You look gorgeous, my dear.
She's absolutely gone to the nines. Like, way more than anyone's ever seen her do before. She usually would look nice but practical. She's like
you
full on makeup,
she looks
red
even
poppin'
slightly more
lipstick.
glamorous than her movie star sister.
Did her hair all in rollers?
I thought that was my sister.
You actually get mistaken a couple times by like people as you walk past. They're like,
Yeah,
autograph.
she plays it off real casually, just like,
Thank you, but no.
Yes, for me.
And Sheila, who's kind of leaning, she's got her arm around Baxter. She's kind of leaning. She goes, "It's all right, love. You got to get all dressed up before you get dressed down." Kind of throws a wink over to Dr. Professor Boyfriend, like, "You go, you get him, killer." Like, And occasionally Lexington's just like, she doesn't say anything. But you look just a little bit nicer than her, and it's really bugging her.
I love it.
She definitely makes a point to like compliment Miss Lexington on how nice she looks.
Oh,
Being
of course.
extremely gracious.
Oh, thank you, Miss Stoddard. You look rather resplendent as well tonight.
Thank you, please. Not
I
nearly
agree
so
with
much as
you.
you.
That's right. And then she like
She just
finishes off
You
contents
grab-
of her glass.
just grabs Lawrence's arm and scoots nice and close and
His beard's coming in pretty
let's
nicely
dance.
now. It's had a few weeks to grow. He got it trimmed up so it's not as scraggly. He looks pretty
Nice.
dapper, and it's a lot harder to tell. He was at one point Professor Percival Lake with his longer hair, his trimmed beard.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, of course. That's after you, my dear."
Of course.
Well, how is Gunther at this party? What is Gunther up to?
Gunther has found a table off on the side by himself. And sitting there, and I've got my flask. I'm not drinking any of the house drinks, alcohol, or anything like that. I've got my flask with the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just closely watching Professor Stoddard and that guy who kind of looks a little familiar now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks
And
like
so
kind of
just-
familiar, but I mean,
Yeah.
can't quite place it. It's just kind of hard to tell.
Some things have kind of pieced together,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got a couple of suspicions, but I don't really know. So I'm just, enjoying the music, or looking like I'm enjoying the music. I'm dressed in the college colors and the college smoking jacket with our emblem on it. Yep. As what I normally wear as when I'm teaching as a professor. And poking at some food, and
The buffet is
mostly,
excellent. You even got kangaroo steak.
yeah, but I know what's going on back in the States, so just kind of poking at it here a little bit. And yeah, my eyes will just wander over the whole crowd, the scene, and everything, but they always come back to Professor Stoddard and wherever she and her guy is at.
Remember, she was single when you first came onto the ship.
Mhm.
Now she's apparently this guy from Lexington's crew. Strange.
So that's what I'm doing. Meanwhile, Chamberlain is back on the ship, holding a shovel in the hold over the plants because I told him to look out for rats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very smart. Chamberlain is he made you promise to bring him back a plate from the buffet.
Yeah, I will
In exchange.
certainly do that.
Yeah. I heard there was going to be lobster and kangaroo, and he really wanted some of them. So
Sweet, sweet food.
sweet food. So Goop kind of oozes out of his bottle, heads over to the buffet.
I take them over there, and I go with them, and
Oh
Help them.
wow, there's so much food here. It's like it's my birthday or something.
when is your birthday?
I don't know.
It's my birthday today, so why don't we say it's yours as well?
Best friend's birthday party?
Best friends forever.
Forever and ever. You should make everyone sing happy birthday.
You know, I should. Wait right there.
It's the only day you can get people to do it.
So insightful, and I'm gonna like walk away and go over to like the jazz band.
Okay. You go to the jazz band, and someone like leans over like, yes, requests, sir.
Yes. It's my birthday and my friend and birthday. That goes by G. If you could
Oh, okay.
sing both of us a happy birthday, that'd be great.
Certainly, sir. We'll strike it up right after the song ends.
Yes, of course. Here you go. And I give him a handshake.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. And kind of just
I want to keep
sits
on
it
to
next
that.
to the sheet of music. On top of the piano, just boop, next to the sheet music.
And
Very
yeah, good.
flattering. So.
Like it's very inspire you to play harder.
So you see Hayden talking to the band, hands him a headshot for some reason. Ash, you see out of the corner of your eye, you see Bob with a plate of food and a glass of wine, just standing in the corner.
Yeah, I'll kind of keep on looking at him in the corner of his eye and just like, bloody thing.
What was that, dear?
Oh, not
She
him.
kinda,
There, don't worry about it.
I didn't think you were talking about me, and she kind of side eyes Lena.
All right. No, I was talking about our good friend Bob. He says he takes a little.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't worry about him too much. I mean, he's just, I hardly even notice him there. He's just blends into the background so well.
Right, yes, that is true. He does very much blend into the background well. We should almost forget he's always there.
Mm-hmm.
He stays and takes a drink. So, where are we going after this, though? I mean, this is a nice meal, but I imagine we're going somewhere else after, right?
But I think that this party is scheduled till the new year. It's only about an hour and a half away now. We can go. Yeah, and the new year. Did they not have New Year's celebrations? Let me tell you all about New Year's Eve traditions.
Let's go with that. He says and take a drink.
She tells you all about New Year's Eve traditions, about many different types. But my favorite is when the clock strikes midnight, you have to kiss.
Well, that seems like a pretty good tradition. Yes.
It's an excellent tradition.
He kind of smiles at us slightly. He goes, "Good to hear about the fireworks, though. That sounds very pleasant. It sounds
Oh, the
much better than
fireworks!
bomb.
I think they're gonna be setting them off over the water because fire hazard and all. So we'll be able to see them off the balcony.
Well, that sounds lovely. I'd love to go and watch them with you, Miss Lexington. Perhaps after a nice meal, of course."
Mm-hmm. We'll have to wait till midnight. There'll be a countdown, and at this, you hear the band music change, and you hear. And those of you who can hear Goop is like,
Yay, birthday! Happy birthday to me and my best friend. Happy birthday to us.
and he just takes kind of just bloops a little piece of cake into his gloopy body.
Yes.
You're muted, Pro.
Okay, this is the first time I've seen them eat.
Mm-hmm. And so,
How's that go over exactly? The eating.
I love how nervous you all are. It's so great.
I would kill
I'm
everyone.
looking at how much time we have left and what disaster we can fit in.
Great.
All right, so you guys, see Goop. He kind of just absorbs it's not even a full bite of cake. It's more like some of the icing gets skimmed off and into the oily surface of sheen of him. And then after he consumes the sugary icing, he basically just slurps the icing off a cupcake.
He just talks like this because he's on a sugar high. He's really happy to see everybody. He's really excited. It's his birthday. That's Hayden's birthday. And he's just so excited about everything.
Great.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's a lot of speaking.
Yeah.
Your little friend, it's very talkative.
It's a delight. I don't know what I'd do without Goop.
We're best friends forever.
Best
You are
friends
very
forever.
cute.
Aw,
Great.
shucks. You're just saying that. You're really pretty today, Miss Lana.
Oh, thank you. You charmer, you.
No.
Careful, Lawrence. I might get stolen away from you.
It seems there's good competition.
yeah. Baxter, you're dancing with Sheila, and you can hear Goop talking, and you see Sheila looking over. She's like, alright, Matt, how drunk am I?
Oh my god.
Goop is the initiation test.
One of us. She passes.
Imagine just Baxter just laughs it off and just continues the dance.
You see that, mate? My shot. See, that means I need to drink more or drink less. What do you think it is?
How about we hold off from the drink? Because I want to share one last drink before the new year rings with you.
Right. It sounds great. Maybe not anything over there though, because I saw this thing. Right,
Alright.
and it was like a little blob.
What?
I know it sounds great. I think maybe the jello's gone bad. Maybe I just it's corner my eye and everything. It's probably just seeing things.
You're fine, my dear.
She kind of just tries to brush it off, like, oh, maybe you just had a little too much, and like she keeps glancing over.
I'm not crazy.
I think the jello's starting to talk, and I don't like it.
Comes over, trying to slap a Goop.
That's how you know it's gone way past the date.
Yeah, way past. Maybe she shouldn't have done that rattlesnake clicker. She started to see things sometimes, but man, I wasn't expecting that.
Absent.
She kind of just brushes it off on some substance she had earlier. This must have been the cocaine or something. I don't know.
Good old cocaine.
But soon the time approaches and the countdown is here. 10 seconds. It's a minute, and it's 30 seconds, and it's 20 seconds. How does everyone set up for the fireworks show and the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve?
I think I should be up onto the balcony already. We'll be like near the railing, just like looking out, just like this is the first year he's ever going to see ringed in that isn't in the Nazi apocalypse. So this is significant to him. So he's like, oh my god.
This is how
It's
they
gonna
did
be
it in the
1934.
1934.
What about Hayden? Where's Hayden at for the New Year?
I think Hayden is with, I forget his name, but the
Joey.
co-pilot. Joey,
Yeah.
yeah. Got Joey around one hip, got Goop in like little carrier. And if anyone's kind of looking, he's absent-mindedly kind of twirling a coin in his hand.
Mhm.
One that is very familiar.
Goop's having a hard time staying awake. The sugar crash is real, and so he just keeps yawning. He's like,
I want to see the fireworks.
I see like individual eye pop up.
uh-huh.
He's my child now.
Oh.
Our sweet goopy child.
And then,
All right, what about Lena and Dr. Professor Boyfriend at Law?
I think Lena would have gone up to the balcony with him. She would have grabbed a couple of drinks for them to toast.
Mhm.
And she's got one arm in his and the other hand on the drink, ready to watch some fireworks. And she's super gonna grab a kiss at the change of the year.
Mm-hmm. What about Baxter?
I imagine before the countdown commenced, he would have informed the party that he and Sheila are going to excuse themselves to go somewhere to be alone so they can enjoy the countdown by themselves.
Okay. She's like, why don't we get on the roof?
Can we?
Yeah.
Let's
They
do
don't have
it.
to like. And so she's like, it's always got some access. She's like, I saw a ladder around the side when we were coming in. So you guys like climb out like a bathroom window, climb out the side, set up the ladder, and like climb up to the roof.
Yes.
Okay, and Gunther. What about you?
Let's see. I will be packing up 3 plates of food
Uh-huh.
for Chamberlain,
Excellent.
and just before the countdown, about like a minute or so. Is there a plant? There are plants in here in the.
There's so many potted plants along the side. Yeah, there's like little ficus trees. There's like just kind of like ferns. There's there's a bunch of different plants.
Okay, I'll just pick a random one, kind of about my height, something my height, and grab all the food and my flask. I will pour the little bit of water I have. It's probably about a third left of water from the from Antarctica, the cave, into the plant there, and just kind of give it a little toast. Okay. Screw my cap back on, and then I will head back to the boat.
Okay.
Head back to the ship.
All right. So the stroke of midnight happens, and Acacia Lexington definitely attacks your face with her face.
He submits.
She punches you in the mouth with her mouth.
For a moment, he's like, "Ooh," and then he just kind of leads into it, and he's all right with it. This is good New Year.
It's a good New Year. Yeah, I hear like a boom, like this. The clock chimes out 12 times. There's a church nearby. It's got a big bell. They're chiming in the New Year. What about Baxter? You and Sheila on the roof. She's definitely trying to get us, snog a kiss. And she's totally brought a whole bottle she nicked from the bar for the both of you.
I imagine as soon as it starts beginning the countdown, he'll just like get ready, and as soon as it gets close, he'll make the first move for the kiss.
Nice, yeah. She appreciates that, and then she, pulls out the bottle, and she's like, "Cheers!" And she kind of has like a little flask, and she kind of like, which one you want? Yeah. And what about Lena? Stroke of midnight. Oh.
Gonna toast on the first stroke, give him a kiss on the second one, and as she pulls back, she's going to say,
Mr. Griffin, I don't suppose you'd do me the honor of marrying me?
You hear like a ka-ching as the glass he was holding just drops, and he's like, but the ka-ching silly on the mountain. You guys were standing off, so it there was a second of delay as it falls to the patio below, and then you hear a little
Well, is that a yes or a no?
Yes! I got distracted by that. He's like, oh, yeah, yes! And then he just kisses you.
Yep.
And as he goes for the smooch, fireworks start to go off. And as the fireworks, it's a beautiful fireworks show. Lots of beautiful colors, lots of gold and silver fireworks especially. I'd like everyone to give me spot hidden checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, snap!
That's a 2.
That is.
Eyes are open to a whole new world.
I rolled a 9. Just been so bad.
Hayden is just distracted.
I'm just currently macking it right now with Joey.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's exactly what's going on. You're distracted. You hear the fire, you go see on the corner, you're like, oh, mood lighting. Perfect.
Yeah, fireworks, good.
So I know Ash sees something. I know Lena does. I assume Baxter does as well.
Hard success for Baxter.
Excellent. You roll. Everybody else. Your date, Sheila doesn't see anything. Joe doesn't see it at all. It's just all about it. And Lawrence doesn't see something. So Baxter, Lena, and Ash. That's hard successes for all of you, and then extreme for Mr. Reed. You guys see something silhouetted against popping of the fireworks. Looks like 3 flying shapes. Ash, we've seen these flying shapes before, quite recently. They're quite a far out. They're a few miles out. You can kind of just see them kind of backlit by the fireworks. No one else really seems to notice, so you can tell immediately. These are definitely 3 elder things. It looks like they're flying more towards, I don't know, you don't know, South America? They're not heading towards Australia at all.
What? Where are they going? He says he's like, what are they doing there?
It's going here.
I know, Lexington, but those things, can you see them?
They're called fireworks, Ash. We can blow some off whenever you like.
No, I know. I mean, that sounds amazing and all, and I'll get back to that, but no, do you remember when we were in the Antarctic and there was those things, those elder things?
I don't know about the Antarctic at all. You know, new year, fresh start and everything.
He kind of looks back for a moment and he's like, to hell with it, fine. Right, fireworks, he says, and he will like actually go in and capture her for a kiss on his own for once.
Okay. What about Baxter and Lena? You guys see, vaguely familiar shapes silhouetted.
Lena would kind of, when they have a moment to breathe, she'd sort of like turn Lawrence's head in that direction and...
Are you seeing what I'm seeing, or have I just had too much to drink?
I don't see anything, I just looked again.
I'm going to chalk it up to the alcohol then.
Well, you must, yeah, well, I hope it's certainly something you see in me since you asked to marry.
Yes. New year, new start.
New year, new start, and not in Antarctica. Let's never live anywhere cold. Ever.
I think the Southwest sounds amazing. We should do that.
Yes, Southern California, I hear, is quite warm and dry.
Yes, exactly. I'm all about the desert life.
All right, yes, let's go there. And what about Baxter?
And then Baxter kind of realized he just kind of, after he pulls himself away from the kiss, so he used that moment.
You, like, opened your eye and you saw it, and you're just like,
Just that moment of...
It's gotta be the alcohol.
Yeah. It was to him just like, nah, they wouldn't come here.
Nah,
They live in cold.
They live in the cold, and they definitely never lived in a subtropic region before that. So, yeah, you guys have a good rest of the night. Baxter, Sheila drags you around to all of the more illicit New Year's Eve, New Year's Day celebrations, and you aren't heard from till past noon the next day.
Just gone off the grid.
There's gambling. There might be some drugs. There's definitely lots more alcohol, and you wind up staying the morning at her place because it's pretty much dawn by the time you get back there. Gunther, you get back to the ship with the 3 plates of food, and Chamberlain is standing there with the shovel. I just sit on the stool looking around. He hears you come in and go, "Oh, hey, Mr. Dunwich, no rats down here. I've been checking. Even kind of like, move a crate every once in a while, see if I can spook them."
That's most excellent. Most excellent to hear. When I was walking through the ship, is anyone awake? Is the ship empty, or is everyone at the party?
So First Officer Turlo was there at the beginning of the party, but then he swapped off with the captain about midway through. So First Officer Turlo's standing there in his kilt. His shirt's like unbuttoned though because it's warm and it's in Australia now. And you see a fine red carpet of Scotsmen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Underneath.
I'll wave at him as I'm boarding, and so I will hand over the food to Chamberlain. Said, "It's all yours. Enjoy every bite."
Thank you, Mr. Dunwich. I hear the fireworks going off. I'm gonna go up deck and dig into this and watch.
Absolutely. I'll take the shovel from him as he leaves. I'll wait till he leaves.
There's steak and crab claws. Oh man, this is great. Yep. But you hear him just talk about the food as he goes up. Yep. Only had some cornbread.
Then I'll make my way to Professor Stoddard's room.
Okay. It's there.
Try the doorknob.
The door's pretty much only locked from the inside on these kinds of ships, so no one's present, so it is currently open.
I'll grab my shovel a little harder with one hand and take a deep breath and slip into the room real quick.
All right. You're in the room.
I know I've seen him somewhere before. At least I think I know I've seen him somewhere before. I'm just going to do a little search.
All right. Give me a spot hidden check.
Let's see. What is my score again here? Spot hidden. Okay, not bad.
Mhm.
45. Let's see what happens. Nope.
All right. So it's gonna take you a little while to go through this room.
Yeah, this is something completely new. I'm not a professional.
And you're
at
like,
this, so-
I don't want. You're trying to put everything like back how you found
Yeah.
it as you. So you're being really slow about it.
and I don't really know exactly what I'm looking for anyway. So
Yeah. So you're just gonna be digging around in there for a little while. All right.
Sounds good.
How late does Lena and Florence stay up, Dr. Professor Boyfriend?
I feel like they'd probably duck out of the party at a reasonable, like, stay just late enough to not be ghosting early, but not close the place down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
I want to stay for another extra half hour past the New Year's mark.
yeah, and then make the rounds, say goodbye to some folks that can make the time, and then probably head back to the ship. They're not gonna go party elsewhere. They're a couple of nerds.
A couple of
Go
nerds,
hang
yeah.
out in
Like,
the
that
room.
was a lot of party for 1 year.
Exactly. That's
and
all the
especially-
partying we got for the year. We're good.
Like, oh, and especially with your dear fiance now, who's kind of mumbling on the way back. Oh, I've got to get you a ring. I mean, I didn't think about it.
Don't worry about it. We can think about all of that stuff when we get back to the States.
All right. He kind of sighs and kind of squeezes you a little bit as you walk, squeezes you in the hug.
Guys, I don't need
how-
a ring. I got the most important thing.
Too sweet. How late does Ash and Lexington stay out? And do you guys go party afterwards elsewhere?
Yeah, probably quite late, I imagine. I mean, this is the first taste of partying that Ash has ever got since, probably years ago.
And
So,
Aisha is quite a party animal.
yeah,
So,
no, he'd be trying to keep up.
like a couple clubs afterwards. You guys have greasy kangaroo burgers for breakfast.
Hell yeah.
That you've never had a burger before, let alone a kangaroo one. So you don't know how it compares to like a regular one, but it tastes pretty good. And you guys stay out probably till about dawn, and then she asks you back to her ship.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh, well, how could I deny a lady asking me to come back to her ship?
Mm-hmm. And so she's like, that way if you guys leave early, you can just, stumble across the dock.
It's a good point, yes. And I imagine if I miss the boat, I can, hide somewhere on yours,
I don't have to hide on my boat.
Oh, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds quite pleasant.
I actually want to just ride on my boat back because I've gotten in touch with a what are they called, a social worker, take care of your
Oh, right.
paperwork when you get back in New York.
Oh, that's amazing to hear. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
and I'll come
busy.
back on yours.
Oh, all right then. I'm so glad that you are.
All right,
Definitely had a-
but I'm pretty sure we can go and get some more food and a couple more drinks before we go back.
Of course. And she kind of
Right
just,
then.
just goes along with it.
Stumble up.
What about Hayden and Joe? How late do y'all stay out?
We probably stayed out quite a bit once like the restaurant kind of closed down. I think we go back to the jazz bar that I went to the first time when we first came.
Excellent.
And we go there because remember that stayed up until all hours.
Yep.
So yeah, go there, enjoy those kangaroo burgers and the drinks there, and
Yep.
Yeah, just stay out until the early morning.
Excellent, excellent. So, Lena, as you and Lawrence get back to the boat, you open the door to your room, and Gunther is in there. Currently, going through. He's currently refolding a pair of underwear and put it back in your suitcase.
Yeah, I think there's some chatter and laughter as they're like opening the door, making their way in, and it's just like freezes.
So, Gunther, you
Dunwich?
hear them right before the door opens, and then
I grabbed the shovel.
What are you doing in here? And put down that shovel?
There was another rat.
That's impossible. There were only 2 stones.
only 2 rats. Stones. Things. Rats. Kind of like glances down both ways in the hallways. Stones.
Were you going through our things?
I thought I saw it come in here.
You are not particularly versed at lying. You should stop right now. What are you doing?
That is very true. That is very, very true. So I will relax the...
She's just like standing there, tapping her foot. Sternest mean teacher look you've ever seen.
Lawrence is kind of taking a step back and is like, I'll let you handle this.
So I'll just...
We know who the mean one is.
get a little professorly look myself, and as best I can. So what really happened on the other side of those mountains? And who is he?
I'm Lawrence.
You're not a particularly good liar, but how are you at not saying anything at all?
Lawrence
Keeping
Griffin.
secrets, I mean. And furthermore, why do you want to know so badly?
I'm a professor. The unknown is what we do. My plants are still back there. There was a reason I came on this expedition. Just as you did. To learn, to experience the new, the unknown. And I'm thinking, if my feelings are correct from the last, since we've left, y'all experienced something quite unknown.
Yes, and it's an experience best left unknown. If you want my perfectly honest opinion.
I wouldn't ask for anything less.
You're better off not knowing.
I think it's a little too late for that after whatever that was in the kennel.
Yes, well, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Do you really want to know about the rest?
Only if you're willing to tell me.
She's gonna look to Professor Dr. Fiance.
Yes. Dr. Professor Fiance at law.
Yes.
And he kind of gives you a look. He's like, do you think we can trust him? Do you think he can not say anything?
Well, he's already seen
Yeah.
some things that are quite unbelievable.
Yeah,
Suppose the highlights couldn't hurt.
I may not ever believe what I saw.
Well, then, you won't believe what you might hear, so. Have a seat. We can break into that scotch and I'll tell you a few things.
I'll lean the
First
shovel up against the wall and take the nearest chair.
Lawrence will pull out a couple tin cups and the bottle of scotch.
Or
First and foremost, and you had better not tell anyone or I will know. This is
Yes,
Professor
you will.
Percival Lake.
or was.
Lake from the original Miskatonic expedition.
Also known as the entire reason I went to Antarctica.
That was 4 years ago.
Yes, everybody said he died. I didn't believe a word of it. I was right not
Good thing,
to.
too.
Well, Professor, I do know something of your reputation.
It's
Extend a hand.
not a professor anymore, but he kind of shakes your hand.
Yes, it's
Lawrence Griffin now.
Lawrence
still-
Griffin.
We're sorting out what he might do when we get back.
Mhm.
I think she'll explain the highlights.
The highlights.
The highlights of strange,
Hmm.
wondrous things they found.
So he won't. Gunther won't touch his drink the entire time because he does not want to drink alcohol. But I'm out of water, and after hearing, I'll take that shot. Down it.
That's probably wise. It's some
Another one.
very unbelievable things. Yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
Or
Stroke my beard and. Wow.
In any case, you might be pleased to know that we humans are apparently descended from literal vegetable matter.
Smile. Yes, actually. Very much so.
Maybe don't put that in your next dissertation, though. I don't know how many people would believe you.
Yeah, no, that's. No. Of course not, no. No, I do rather like being a professor. And that would probably end it very quickly.
Yes, it definitely would.
Exactly. So, I will make a lovely report about the boring minerals and dinosaur bones that I found, and we are going to leave it at that. It will be a lovely paper I can put on my resume.
I would consider it a professional courtesy if you sent me a personal copy.
Of course. Assuming we make it back to the States without anything else happening.
I don't think. What else could possibly happen?
Reach
Famous
over and
last
grab
word.
the shovel.
we're
Yes,
all a little
indeed.
paranoid now.
It's great.
I'll give them both a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that honest and I have no other words of what to call it.
If you hadn't seen that creature in the kennels, I would have preferred to keep you in the dark, but partial information is sometimes worse than too much. I
believe that was what was bothering me. I'll look at
So sorry.
Lawrence. She is a keeper. Intelligent.
Yes.
She saved your life. And it sounds like she saved the world.
She was always my favorite student, and, well, she honestly beat me to the punch. But,
Well,
getting stuck in Antarctica for 3 years didn't help. I was planning on after graduation, I was going to, but, that was years ago, so.
well, the thought that counts. And all that matters is that we get it all done.
She'll just
Exactly.
give him a little kiss.
All right.
I'll pat him on the arm. I'll be taking my leave now. Please enjoy
Thank
the
you.
rest of the evening. I'll look at my watch. It's morning now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. See you after a bit of a nap.
We will. And he kind of just starts closing that door.
Yeah.
Good night.
I'll-
We're gonna have a great rest of the morning.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Stand there.
Bye.
Stand in front of the door for a moment. Think some deep thoughts.
Mhm.
And then shuffle my way back to my room.
All right. So, the next couple of weeks go by. Y'all get back in various states from the New Year's Eve party. And back on the open ocean for a little while. It's a fairly uneventful ride back. Most of y'all still have a decent number of nightmares and the like. Ash apparently is riding back on the Tallahassee instead of the Gabrielle. But the boats are pretty much side by side now. Looks like the Tallahassee. You can see them up ahead of you. They're gonna make dock first, but they're not trying to
Wave.
leave you in the dust or anything. Yeah, you guys can wave.
From time to time, like,
Uh-huh.
Parkstar.
And Hayden, you are approached by Professor Moore, who's been very quiet and kept to himself a lot over the past several weeks of journeying, and pretty much kept to himself to the party as well. Just kind of sat in a corner, partaking, and greeting people, but not being particularly social. But he gives a knock at your door.
Right. Give me 1 minute, Joey.
Oh, yeah, sure. Kind of.
Let him in.
Professor Moore was, Professor Moore's like, "Oh, Mr. Stewart, I was wondering if I could have a moment alone with you.
Yeah.
Discuss some business matters.
Right. Well,
I'll go get a snack." And Joey just kind of
yeah, get some energy.
gets a snack. Yeah. And he'll kind of he'll give you a little smack on the ass as he walks past. But he'll go up to the kitchen to get harassed by the cook. Until he gets some snacks. But Professor Moore goes, "So I remember you mentioned wanting to start an organization to investigate some of these matters, reports of strange incidences and the like. I think I've got the necessary work done to a certain extent. We're going to need a business front, though. People obviously can't know what's going on. It's part of the reason we're going to be investigating things to keep things from getting out. You mentioned we'll need a business front, but I've got all the I think everything else that we'll need taken care of, at least paperwork-wise." He's got kind of like dark bags under his eyes. I don't think he's been getting a lot of sleep. He's had a lot of paperwork.
You've outdone yourself. Yes, I think something that allows international travel and something that will allow us to kind of work and, I suppose, along with the law. Investigation agency, really.
An investigation agency. All right.
AI
yes, we
work.
can
Hide in plain sight.
do something like that. Where would you like it set? You have a location in mind of setting up someplace?
Well, New York would be the easiest, but it's kind of where my bread and butter is right now. What do you think would be?
A large port, either maybe New York or San Francisco, Los Angeles.
I do
Los
like
Angeles
San
doesn't have a port, does
Francisco.
it? San Francisco. Yes, San Francisco is the west coast. You can easily get to Asia, and of course, Europe's not a far hop from there.
Yes, I suppose that would be a nice little place. If you thought of anyone who would be ideal for being such an organization, Baxter and Ash and Leonard and Professor Boyfriend, of course.
I hear it's Professor Fiance now, actually.
Professor Fiance. Wow. Let me guess, this Leonard.
I didn't ask her, but I would assume so.
Yeah, she's been
Well-
very gung-ho. It's proud of them.
She's always been an overachiever to a certain extent in her studies, you could say. Real go-getter. Yes, I think everyone who's seen things could definitely be a part of the organization, at least for reference, and it'll, get you a nice staff on a resume. Investigation agency front will, of course, have to have actual investigations to a certain extent. I'm sure that wouldn't be too difficult.
Working alongside actual investigations, as well as the unusual.
Yes. I'll ask around and see if any of I think I know someone who has an investigation agency over in Scotland. I'll see if she knows anything about that.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe she can send a couple of people over to intern or something.
I like that. Yes, pad it out as much as possible.
Yes.
Um,
Have another
for the
ties
name.
to another agency, make it look official, kind of thing.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, or I'll do more of the paperwork. See if you can't think of a name for the agency. I'll need that for the paperwork, of course.
Well, I was thinking truth seekers.
Truth seekers. That sounds very investigative. I like it. Good work. Put it down. Kind of
Yes.
pulls out a notebook and just scribbles it down. Truth
I have
seekers.
to make some more investigator headshots.
Yes, I'm sure. I think we've got a photographer. He might need to go through some therapy first, though.
Yes, he would actually do quite well.
Well, Francois's been very... she's a little shaken. But, in French, they take
He-
things hard.
He was quiet at the party, just kind of sat there staring into the distance.
Yes, he had a cherry cobbler. He just couldn't look away off his plate. It was something about the red on the white plate. I don't know. I don't even know what you showed him, but he's a bit shook. We should get him some help.
We should. We should also set up a funeral for.
Of course, I've
Sebastian.
already taken arrangements for that. Maybe he had a nurse, I believe. Maybe she could recommend some place for Francois to see.
Yes. What was Sebastian's last name, by the way?
Oh. Sebastian Wintercroft.
What about Wintercroft Investigations?
We could most certainly make that work. Kind of scratches out Truth Seekers, right? Wintercroft Investigations. Every investigative agency has a slogan. It could be like Wintercroft Investigations, seeking the truth.
Yes.
All right.
You got it.
Re-scribble something down. All right. Well, if you have any other questions, do tell the others about this. I'll just handle the paperwork. Look
I'll
for
get on
an
it.
office location. All right. So he goes off, kind of shuffles off, kind of muttering and scribbling things in his notebook to himself. I have an arm back now. Cat was sleeping on it. And Joey comes back with a bag of biscuits, and I got biscuits and milk. You can dunk them. My favorite.
You certainly do.
They're really cookies, but I hear, like you guys call them biscuits. So I'm trying to get the terminology down.
We should take a trip to England, actually.
That'd be cool. Do we get to meet the queen? Is that how that works? I don't know how you get, like, does she have to, like check? Like, be like, yes, I'm the queen. What's up? Like, how does that work?
I mean, we can meet a queen.
Okay. I know that there's a clock tower, and like royalty and tea parties. I've heard about tea parties.
Is that more on your side?
What?
Tea parties.
No. Okay. Yeah, we threw a bunch of tea in the harbor. I remember that from 3rd grade. Okay. It was the best tea party Boston's ever had. But I like little finger sandwiches and stuff. I like they like finger size. I don't get up. I don't understand. I want to see you. What is a finger size?
So we get to see all the sides, don't we? Also,
Okay.
what do you think of open relationships? And I think that's what the door closes. I got a waitress to see when I get back.
You do indeed. And so, Hayden comes around and tells you guys about, like, this agency he's funding and how you guys are in it. He doesn't really give you an option. He just tells you.
Can I put it on my CV?
They're giving you, like, blank pieces of paper for, like, headshot ideas.
Mm-hmm. And I think he said, like, the company's gonna need to, like, everyone's gonna need to headshot the company.
Mm-hmm.
Put on the wall.
I do say Lexington, but just because of fucking money.
We need a sponsor, right?
Silent donate.
The silent donation. Hey, you'll get him a citizen. I'll give him a job. You can sponsor us, right? Start a
win-win.
I really want headshots.
It's my thing. My thing. Like brand.
All right. What does Baxter do for the rest of the ship? You guys are gonna pass through the Panama Canal fairly soon, and then New York right not far behind that.
I imagine Baxter, if he's not on deck drawing, I imagine he's on Hunter's shotgun. He is one on a certain section of the shotgun where he set LO. He's adding IS. Another part L, E, and A. Another side H, A. Basically writing everyone he's
names.
met on the gun, somewhere on the gun.
Nice.
For he fears we're going to depart after this, and he knows that this is the perfect canvas for them remember them.
Mm-hmm. So you guys pass through the Panama Canal, and I would like spot hidden checks from Baxter, Lena, and Hayden.
Eagle eyes.
I see things real good.
God,
Roll real good.
such a bad. Thank God for my role playing. Am I right?
You're right.
You just like rolling high. You don't like to roll low. You're used to DD. You're like, I'm a winner. I win all the time by rolling high, and then you play Cthulhu, and you're like, ugh.
I know that feel on the other side of the equation. Let's play D&D sometime.
Always roll low. You pass through the Panama Canal, and Lena, you're kind of on deck because it's the one time you get to people are waving. You see a lot of the locals. You notice as you guys are sailing by on one of the little piers where people are kind of floating off on fresh fruit and vegetables. It's a little boat to little ferries can come out and meet you guys with fresh fruit and vegetables. But you notice that on the South American side of the Panama Canal, a penguin wearing a sun hat and a little floral shirt and the tiny suitcase is standing on the docks. It looks a lot like Doris.
Okay.
She's just gonna, like, if one of the others that did not see is next to her, she's just gonna kind of, like, smack them on the arm really quickly and just,
What?
Hey, look at that!
and she's gonna point.
When she points it out, you can see it.
It's like this the stuffed toy, right?
It's,
Is it
the
an
stuff,
actual
it's not
penguin?
a toy, but it's stuffed penguin,
It's the
yeah.
taxidermied penguin.
How is?
I don't know.
What?
When
Why?
did?
I hate all of
Do
this.
Do you think it's more than it appears?
I mean, it could be. You know, of I think he'll like clear his throat of our good time police.
Yeah, you look at the corner of your eye, and Bob's sitting there on the deck. He's got like a glass of water, and he's mean mugging Doris.
Is there a backstory there?
Oh, was there?
Yes,
Something.
Adam, how may I help?
What do you know about the penguin?
Doris?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I am not allowed to discuss classified information and files with members of that are not members of my organization.
Oh,
Unless you have information that you're willing to contribute and testify.
well, other than the penguin being on a boat the whole time and then with us and just sort of tagging along, I don't know what I could tell you.
But you never saw anything specifically.
Not specifically, no.
Of course not. He kind of just goes back and mean mugs her some more.
Tended to accessorize periodically, but I think you know that.
But you never witnessed the accessorizing.
No, just the after effects.
Of course.
Is it excessive accessorizing?
That
I would
depends on
say
one's
so.
personal opinion.
Right.
I mean, look at that shirt. It's really gaudy.
It's true. You've worn better, Doris. I die.
So you guys
Lena just goes back to
continue
waving.
sailing past. Doris fades out of sight. And Bob kind of mean mugs in that general direction. Yeah. Baxter, you probably overheard this if you were standing anywhere near Bob and Lena.
Oh yeah.
And you guys sail to New York. Ash! The Tallahassee gets to New York first.
Hell yeah.
And you are met on the docks by a social worker who's got a little briefcase and a little table nearby. He's kind of, set up a little thing. And he's got a little name tag on, and as you get closer, you recognize this man.
Okay.
The name
Walk
tag, you
up
get
and look at
closer,
him.
and it says Jonathan Slazowski, social worker.
Mr. Slazowski.
That's me. I'm your social worker today, Mr. You must be Mr. Reed?
Yeah, Ash. Ash, you can call me Ash.
Alright, Ash.
Just fine.
Is that the full spelling? Just ASH, like a bunch of chimney crap?
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
yeah, that's the full spelling.
Alright,
Bunch of
ASH.
chimney crap.
Alright,
Kinda
just want to make
just-
sure.
Like walk over and go, you'll be great at this job.
Thanks. I just got it a few weeks ago, actually. My psychiatrist apparently went on like a recent thing. I think he's on a different boat, but like he went down to Antarctica with this real hot dame, and I heard he didn't. Like, there was like an avalanche or something. But the dame said I should. I was looking for a job. I was employed for a while. I was doing work for some friends, but she said I should get a job that I was really good with people, so I should get a job that let me work with people. So, I saw an opening for a social worker, and I took it.
Well, that's really good, and you'll do amazing at it. Just keep at it. But I think before then, let's get my paperwork.
Yeah,
sorted then.
yeah. So, you are definitely an American citizen. Kind of just
Aye.
comes over stiff
Definitely.
something. Yeah. You have an accent though.
I mean, I could try
Irish.
like.
Well, no, there's like a
yeehaw
part.
and all that.
Well, no, we've got some Irish people here in New
All right,
York.
that's fine
I
then.
mean, they're not the most
Right.
reputable, but we can just say you were descended from the it's like the McGuire family. It's
Sure.
they won't mind too much. All right, and so he kind of just fills in some paperwork. You're second generation, but you didn't get out of home much, so I still got the accent.
Right.
there you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
It works.
I went to school back at home.
Oh yeah, that's you went to school abroad. Total perfect. You get this. And kind of fills out your paperwork. It takes a while. But Lexington definitely hands over an envelope of cash. He just kind of takes it.
Brilliant.
Six behind. The Gabrielle comes into dock. Not too long after the Tallahassee, but it takes you guys a little bit. You guys are disembarking the ship. Lena, you notice a cleaned up version of a familiar face that's apparently doing paperwork with Ash and Miss Lexington.
Uh-huh.
Professor Fiance, Dr. Professor Fiance at law, told you to get on the dock, get some fresh air. He'd be bringing up your bags in a few minutes after he got them all sorted together. So you're standing there. Mr. Slazowski kind of looks over, and his face lights up like a Christmas tree. And he kind of just elbows Ash a little. That's the hot name. Her name was
Oh yeah,
Lena.
that's
a
Lena,
real
yeah.
that's a real good name. You know how to put in a good word for me.
I mean, I would,
like-
but it seems there's already been a very good word put in. She's engaged, unfortunately.
Like a fucking penguin or something? Like what's in Antarctica?
Well, like a bigger, hairier penguin, but
Oh
no.
God, that
She
sounds
is
awful.
engaged.
I didn't even know those existed.
Oh, you'll see.
I
You'll
think she'd
see.
be walking up at this point.
Uh-huh. Kind of
Well.
still straight. Well, engaged isn't married, is what he says as she walks over.
Mr. Slazowski, how nice to see you.
Yes, it's great to see you. You
Surprise.
look fantastic, by the way.
You look clean.
Yeah,
Well done.
I'm a social worker now.
You are.
Bringing home the big bucks. Yeah. Working with
Good
people,
for you.
just like you said. You said I should work with people, so I went out there and I'm working with people.
Wonderful. That I wish you all the success.
I'm so sorry to hear about Mr. Wintercroft. He was my psychiatrist, he was secretary. But social workers need secretaries too, so if you need a job,
I
I'm
have a job.
definitely
Actually, I'm a
accepting.
professor.
That's a real fancy job.
Yes.
If you ever get tired of teaching those rabble-rousing students, though, I can...
I'm not that kind of professor.
Secretary.
Actually, I have a doctorate. I go dig up dead things. Professionally, of course.
I know. You told me about, you deal with a lot of dead things, and that was really exciting. It's one of my favorite parts that you mentioned about yourself.
Of course.
She's glancing to the boat, where
And Acacia's
are you?
looking between the two of them, and she's got a big grin on her face. She's eating this up. She's like, I had no idea. She's giving you that smug look that you were giving her at the party, right back at you.
Well, my fiance should be along with our bags any minute now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Mentioned some kind of penguin.
Penguin?
Hairy penguin?
Okay, like a big hairy penguin. With a doctorate and boyfriend, and now fiance. Actually, sorry, they got a master's or something else. I don't know. I don't know how a degree works.
I don't think they went to college.
There's any number of letters you add to the end of it, and it just works. Don't worry about it.
That's
Anyway,
kind of
Ash, I
interesting,
wanted to I just wanted to get a chance to say goodbye in case we didn't see each
you're-
other for a while.
You're going.
Well, my intention is to at least take a little time out for my wedding and head to
course.
California for a bit, see my sister, that sort of thing, catch up.
You got a sister in
that's-
California?
I do. She's a movie star, dear.
Really?
I expect she's in the midst of courting at least 12 other leading men right now. That's sort of what she does.
Well, that's what movie stars do. What's her name? Maybe I've seen something she's in.
Gina Summers.
Gina Summers. You know, I have heard of her. Okay. Well,
Doesn't
good luck
surprise
in
me.
California.
Thank you. And good luck to you with your social work.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing
You're doing
great.
thing.
I'm... Of course, he kind of just stuffs that pocket a little bit deeper of the money that patient just gave him to get Ash citizenship into the country.
Whether she actually sees that or not, she definitely pretends like she did not see a damn thing.
And of course, Dr. Professor Fiance comes off the ship and he's got your suitcases and he's kind of like juggling an extra box.
Lawrence,
I've got it. I've got it. It's fine.
you know you should have asked for help.
She's going to
Oh,
take
I've
some of it away.
Okay. Well, you can take the hat box. All right. Yes.
He's- Build his muscles for all the tree chopping he's going to do. But seriously, he says, and sort of gets up. and
Jonathan
goes over.
looks a little like this guy, and he kind of like looks at you, Ash, and he's like,
Massive penguin, he says as he like turns around and just goes to Leonard.
It's like, he's kind of like writes down bird brain question mark, and like and crumbles it, puts it in his other pocket.
Yeah, he goes over to Liner and he'll just actually stand and just kind of go, thank you for everything back there, by the way. On a serious note, it's been a pleasure to work with you. And I wish you and Lawrence, was it now?
Yes, Lawrence Griffin.
Lawrence Griffin. Strong name.
We like him.
Why, exactly.
We'll have to get the paperwork done for that. Miss Lexington said she knew someone.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy up there. Yeah, he's very, very good. Yeah, go and talk with him. He'll sort you out.
Slazowski? Okay. Yes.
Yes. Well, if this is good boy, Lana, then you do your best. And, if you do want to invite me to the wedding, I'm happy to come. I can do magic tricks and stuff,
I would be delighted to have you.
Good.
And
Very
of
nice.
course, feel free to bring Miss Lexington along if she's
Aye,
willing
well.
to come.
I'm sure she'll be delighted to come if it comes to it. But
Give her the chance to show up the bride. She'll be there. I have no doubt.
exactly. But it's been an honor.
Of course. She'll
Not for you, I
give him a
wouldn't be.
handshake
instead.
and then give him a hug.
Yeah, he'll just like go in for the hug.
And you see over like you kind of like looking over your shoulder, Ash, and you see Mr. Slazowski is filling out the paperwork because Acacia did pay for both of them to get their American citizenships. Yes, I've lived here. I lived here my whole life. This is where I live. Ha ha ha. And he's filling it out. He's like, so you spell that, Penguin? Is that no? Oh, my bad. It must be thinking about Antarctica. Laurenc? No, okay, it's like you're breaking the law. Okay, Lawrence. A griffin, like those like that fantasy bird. Yeah, I've heard of those. And he's just giving him a hard time.
I love it.
But you both you and Dr. Professor Fiance, both get a ID and all the paperwork necessary to prove your American citizenship should the event comes up.
I've never felt so free.
Welcome to America.
Aye. It's quite a thing. I'm interested to see what comes of this land.
As like
Eagles
a three-piece
overhead.
bass band, like an eagle
Yeah.
flies overhead. Like a band comes down the docks to welcome the return to America, the Antarctic expeditions. And photographers everywhere. Of course, as soon as Hayden steps down off the things, being that he was the most okay with all the media attention the last time, they kind of just gravitate over that way, thinking they're gonna get the best scoop from him.
I tell them all the exciting details of how we got trapped under an avalanche and we fought for our lives.
Oh, there's pencils. You hear just the sound of like 100 pencils scribbling furiously as you speak, and you're like, home. Not Antarctica. Everyone is able to get to wherever they're trying to get to in New York and beyond. Baxter, you also see a familiar face on the docks as you return. It's a Mr. Wiggins. Your dad's here.
Hell yeah. The Mutton Man himself.
Don't you fucking know when I walked in?
He's sitting there on the docks. He's got his trench coat on, his fedora. He's smoking a big cigar. Kind of just standing a little bit away from the crowd, but you see him. He blends in pretty well with the crowd, but you've been trained to pick him out.
Yeah, Baxter just kind of, as he kind of walks towards maneuver to the crowd, he wants to stay, presentables, try to pull off an army at the ready kind of a stance, and he just approaches, just laying his bags to his side, and just stands at attention to his dad.
Your dad kind of stands there, just puffs on the cigar for a second, pulls his hand out of his pocket. So I heard you were invested in Antarctica.
Indeed.
Some interesting stories in the papers.
I knew you would find them.
Why don't you tell me about it over a cup of coffee?
I'll be honored. Dad.
And he kind of picks up one of your bags and walks you off to a quiet coffee shop not too far away from here. We're very familiar waitresses. Oh, Mr. Wiggins! You're back from Antarctica?
Indeed, yes I have.
Does that mean Mr. Stewart is back? As well?
Yes, as well. He's returned safely as
All
well.
right. He has the pot. Just kind of sits like a whole pot of coffee there, a couple of mugs, cream sugar. I'm gonna take my break, and she kind of pulls off her apron and and goes running off towards the docks. Your dad kind of takes the coffee pot and says, "Guess this is what being famous is like." He just kind of pours yourself and himself a cup.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not famous. We stopped by here before the expedition. Kind of made our name for ourselves while we were here.
Kind of goes a lot of articles. Kind of pulls out like a manila envelope, and it's just a bunch of clippings. And you notice that they're all clippings from the Antarctic expedition.
And this is like the first time like Baxter's seen all these, so it's like every headline, any kind of pictures, if there's any are just like
it's a pretty thick
flashbacks.
manila envelope. There's a few pictures of you in some of them. Anytime like your name's there, you see it's highlighted. It's been highlighted in the articles. and he asks you to tell him all about it while he pours you both another cup of coffee as you throw him through the manila envelope. Back at the docks, how is Gunther receiving all this attention? You got Chamberlain, and he's got the crates. He's like, I'll bring this over to the to what I've got an ice box on reserve. We can keep them cold, proper temperature in the lack. I'm gonna move them over if that's good with you, Mr. Dunwich.
Yeah, we would have radioed ahead to make sure that the college has some transportation awaiting for us.
Yep.
Because it's very sensitive. We get these plants into a sealed environment as quickly as possible. So yeah, I would have radioed ahead, made sure they had a cold room and all that. And we'll just go down the gangplank there and dice. Tension is gone now. Let's see the little pup.
There's a little dog puppy that Lena just picks up.
Yeah, saw the tweet earlier. And just take off my jacket because it's warm here, and I'm glad to be back on land in the States. And look at my watch. I wonder if I can catch the dean before he leaves. What day is it?
It is a Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. So, yeah, he usually takes off on Friday early, so I want to catch him before he leaves for the weekend. Yeah. So I'll hail a taxi.
Yep.
And
there it is.
Miskatonic University, if you please.
So, yep.
Let's beat some traffic.
All right, and you head off to the Miskatonic University. What do you report to the dean when you get there? And Chamberlain's taking care of the samples.
I'll just walk up into his office and his secretary there, and is the dean in?
Yeah, she's in, or he's in. Sorry.
It's Professor Dunwich, just recently returned from the Starkweather War expedition.
Yeah, we heard something about that on the radio. Here, I'll get him, call him right in. Just kind of pushes the buzzer. You can go right back in there. He's not with anyone right now.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'll go in there and make sure he's not busy on the phone or anything like that.
Yeah, no, he's just kind of, going over a book with his glasses down. Mr. Dunwich, how can I help you?
Good afternoon there, Dean. It is a pleasure again to see you. Professor Dunwich, we just returned. Just got off the boat about an hour ago from the expedition.
Excellent. I trust you brought back many samples and the like to display in the museum, and of course further experimentation.
And I walk up to the desk, and I take out a little black lacquered box. I open it up, turn it around, and sit on his desk, rest my elbows, and kind of lean into him and say, I would like to begin conversation about plans for the next Antarctic expedition.
Oh, well, I'm sure we can arrange something. If this one is, profitable enough, we have to go over the rest of the samples. But this does look very promising. Very promising indeed.
And that's where I'll leave that one.
Now, everyone has their paperwork. They get in. Hayden, you are hailed. You hear a very specific voice over the crowd of reporters asking for you. Oh, Mr. Stewart! You're back from Antarctica!
I am indeed, yes. And you're here to greet me? How thoughtful of you.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Wow, that's delightful, dear. Wow. What was her name again?
Her name I've got it written down. Hold on. English Cafe.
Or something.
I do have it.
You were like
I know I have it somewhere.
Becky or whatever.
I thought I had it. It was something annoying, like
Yeah, like,
Was it like Connie or something?
like, she
Something.
was so
I don't,
rude.
gosh, I thought I had it written down. I was like, it's in my notes. I don't need to go back and watch that episode. So,
But yeah, we'll call her like Becky for now or something. And I'll say,
I have it.
well, it's delightful to see you.
It's so great to see you. I'm so glad you got back from Antarctica. You seem better than ever, like completely unscathed and everything.
Well, you know, it was a harrowing journey, but you know, why don't I talk about it and I can introduce you to this fine individual, Joey. Meet Becca. Becca, meet Joey.
Well, hi, it's nice to meet you.
And I think like we start walking off from the docks, and the next scene is like I'm like at a phone booth or like a phone in like one of the apartments. I'm like calling my agent, and I'm just like, I have a great name for the book. I finally got on top of it. What do you think about the Mountains of Madness? Wait, beyond the Mountains of Madness.
Beyond the Mountains of Madness. Were they that? Well, I guess. I mean, it's catchy.
It's
Catchy, Mr. Stewart. It'll sell.
We're gonna need a false name now to go onto the writing.
Of course. Oh, it's Holly. It was Holly Corner.
That was it.
Holly.
Holy.
Holly Corner.
Great.
Sorry, found it.
Yeah, so
All
I
right,
think
Beyond the Mountains of Madness. All right, we can market it. We can get it as soon as you hand me a manuscript. We can run it through editing.
yes, I need some artist renditions as well. Probably abbreviations for my name. H something. But we'll talk about it.
Oh, all right. You know, certainly. We can work on that as much as like a pen name wouldn't be bad, but you know, we got of course we'll put your headshot in the book slip, book cover, make sure you know it's all good. We'll probably have to take new ones for that. I'll arrange something with a photographer next Tuesday around 2 p.m.
It sounds delightful. See you then.
Excellent. All right, Mr. Stewart, you have a lovely weekend. I will get back to forwarding all your messages and the mail that came in. All of that to you tomorrow.
And you do this like scene, boop, and then, you know, that's the scene I need.
And look, meanwhile in the background, Holly and Joe are talking. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're saying that like in Antarctica it gets that cold? I would have never believed it." And he's like, "Yeah, it was pretty fucking cold. We had to, like someone got frostbite and everything. Oh my god, frostbite!"
I don't know if I like their two accents together. I don't know if I like that.
Might be a little too much.
I should stage left. You open your mouth.
You never knew until you got them both in the same room.
Oh God. I'm sure they'll be very happy together.
And so, Lena, where do you have the wedding? And how long do you wait before the wedding?
I think
Lawrence kind of wants to get settled into a job a little bit first beforehand.
Yeah. I think it's probably a solid 6 months before they do anything,
Okay.
because Lena doesn't want to just like throw a bash and call it a day. She wants it to actually be good.
Yeah.
And plans it to the hilt.
And you have an offer of work at a private investigative agency called the Wintercroft Investigation that, you know, Hayden's proposed. And it's going to be based in San Francisco, which is not hot. Or not cold, rather. It's got some pretty temperate.
I think she probably left that to sit on
And
the
your sister's
table.
in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. She bounces between the two.
Yeah. She would have left that to sit on the table for a good while, but ultimately, finally,
Discusses it with Lawrence. What do you think? Should we do it?
No icy places. Anything else I'm fine with. Just no ice.
That's.
Don't care if it's
I
the
think
Swiss
that's
Alps.
fair.
I'm not going.
I think you're right. Well, I guess I'll let him know that we're going to do that. He'll sign on.
Right. I can do paperwork. I'm really good at that. So you sign on for that. Moving to nearby the area. Your sister comes to your wedding with her new boyfriend,
Oh boy.
Mr. Jonathan Slazowski.
Get in, sleaze.
Get it. Get it.
And of course, everyone else.
There's definitely a lot of like, are you
That's
sure?
the true
though,
underdog
sister?
story of this game.
Mary's a movie star.
Right. He's sleazy, but he's also smooth.
He's smooth.
Apparently.
It's the perfect combination for Hollywood. He's her agent now. I need a social work on the side.
Oh yeah, that's pretty perfect.
He's in the right job now.
I knew I was supposed to work with people, but turns out it wasn't supposed to be social work. I mean, it's social work, but not, social work. And
He has
You
done
all,
well for himself.
pair up with a MacDrew investigative agency based over in Scotland. And they send a few people over to help get you off the ground. And of course, there's a few coins from Tierra del Fuego that might, garner some looking into. I've seen some things, but you always are able to find strange reports, of course, hither and thither and yon. But that is where we're going to wrap up Beyond the Mountains of Madness.
Oh, cute dog.
Yay! All right. We are going to go around the cast and crew. We're going to say who we are, where we can find you online, what your favorite part from this episode was, and if you'd like from the series as a whole. We're going to start with Baxter Wiggins. Crumpler, how are you tonight, man?
I'm a mix of emotions, but they're overwhelmingly positive.
That's good.
Again, my name is Crumpler64. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter under the same name. And again, this has been me playing Baxter Wiggins, artist, hired as a cartographer in the Mountains of Madness. And as I guess my expression kind of blew, this to no surprise, Baxter seeing his father again which is one of those things. I didn't tell Lindy that's what I wanted. So this was like no discussion. So it's a
I even asked. No one told me anything.
Yes, and I was just like, well, I don't know if we'll have time for it because his father is in Oregon, so that's why I didn't bother asking. So when he said, you see your dad, I'm like, no! So thank you so much, Lindy. That really meant a lot. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you had fun. You're the best investigator with a shotgun and a notepad and paper that the expedition could have hoped for.
A lying artist that turned out to be good with a shotgun.
You know what?
It works.
It helped.
Lied on his resume for an easy job, and then it wasn't.
This is why you don't lie on your resume, folks. You end up having to fight eldritch abominations.
Don't lie on your resume.
All right. We also have the fantastic and wonderful Jimmersion. How are you tonight?
Yes. Again, the emotions are intensifying. They have been last couple hours here, since last week. Jimmersion all across the internet. It's Jim Moreno here in Meat Space. And for the last 16 weeks, I have been Hunter Merrill, survivalist, and in the last three episodes, Gunther Dunwich, botanist, and kind of a pain in the ass, which was cool to play the last three episodes there. I enjoyed that moment that Baxter was inscribing the rest of the group names on the shotgun. That was a moment, and then seeing or everyone else seeing the three elder things flying off to wherever they were flying off to. leaving the questions. What's going to happen next? And that's where you always want to leave a good RP story. What's going to happen next. So enjoyed that. Let's see, the entire episode. Ooh, I don't know. Probably just finding out the Nazi apocalypse. What was going to happen? That whole scene with the where everyone was in the crystals.
Mm-hmm.
That was where everything kind of apexed, and then it was just up in the air. That we had no idea what was going to happen after that. So
Awesome.
yeah, that was a good moment.
Well, it was lovely having you. You were the best investigative botanist and survivalist with chocolate-covered scorpions ever.
Yep.
We also have the ever so lovely Little Cup of Joe and Dog.
And dog. This is Rosie. Yes, indeed. God, this entire campaign was amazing. Thank you for every single second of it. I am gonna miss this bunch, a whole bunch, and I didn't expect to survive. But Lena not only survived, she got what she went to Antarctica for. And he turned out to be kind of a badass, so that's cool, I guess.
I didn't give him high points in any skill. He just rolled godly.
You're just lucky as hell, apparently.
I'd be surprised.
Gosh. I think the moment with Baxter's dad showing up at the docks was like a really, really good surprise for this episode. That was very, very sweet to see. But there were a ton of good moments in this episode and across both seasons. So it's really hard to pick. Although the action plane sequences were never not amazing.
Speaking of action plane sequences, we have the world's best pilot, Hayden Stewart.
Yeah, man, what a ride! It's been it's like I feel like the character had like a full kind of circle. He was like this pompous, like prick at the beginning, and it kind of teetered out during the middle. Where it was like got responsible. There's been right back round again. So it was really great. So did with everyone's characters. I'm super hyped that I got to play in this game with all these amazing people. Lindy, thank you, did an amazing job as always. So thank you. It was really amazing. My favorite thing from today, I guess, was just the kind of wedding surprise, because I didn't expect that at all. I thought that was really good. And from the 2 seasons was when me and Sebastian was just forcing people to look at the horror. Hey, come look at this.
Look at this. My brain.
It's like some improv madness that we hadn't agreed upon. It's like, we should just do this. This is fucking
You should see this. You have to see this.
Bro, look. It was great. It was amazing.
It was awesome. And you wanting to shoot everyone in the face and just being the pro.
The worst shot.
The worst shot.
I got one person in this entire game.
And it was Acacia Lexington on accident.
No, it was the other guy.
I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you.
Oh.
Love you, cousin. Anyways, we also have our time-traveling, once former psychiatrist, now kept man, Ash Reed.
Yeah, no, that was an absolute ride. Thank you for having me on the show. It's been amazing playing with everybody here, and yeah, what a ride. I think my favorite part from this session, there was a lot of them. I think having the goodbye with Lena was really cool. I think the entire New Year's scene was awesome, and being able to give Baxter that moment of giving him speeches whilst he just blasted the hell out of something was really cool. And but I think I have to give it to Hayden's book reveal at the end there. That was just really cool. It was good to, I know he's been talking about it a bit, but it was good to see it actually pull off. It was great. As for the campaign, there's so many good moments. If I have to pick one off the top of my head, I think the entire part in the camp with Hayden and Sebastian, where like neither of them could speak German, but they were both sneaking about and trying to listen in, and like they were just found listening in, not knowing anything that was being said aside from plain German Lexington, and yeah, that was amazing. But you know, once again, thank you for running, Lindy. It's been amazing. Thank you for having me on. I mean, you've done an absolutely amazing job. So thanks for having us. And yeah, I'm a Hollowtail. You can find me on YouTube at Hollowtail, also on Twitter and Twitch at Hollowtail, where I run plenty of other games that you can check out there. And yeah, thank you.
Awesome. You guys are so sweet. You're the best group that I could have had for my first time DMing Call of Cthulhu.
First time, folks. You heard that right. First time.
Yeah, this is my first time. 24 episodes of sheer maddening fun. The real treasure was the sanity we lost along the way. But yeah, super fun. I can't pick a favorite moment from this episode. There were so many. I liked surprising y'all with little things, little pulling like in this person that you saw earlier, and this person. So I liked everything. I liked you guys. So campaign in general, there's so many things. Bob was funny that I wasn't planning on at all whatsoever, but he just happened, and then I was like, time comes. And just having him be there in the background for the rest of the time.
I have so many questions about Doris now.
Doris, yeah.
Oh yeah. I have plans for Doris.
Yeah.
And just
Yep, Doris.
Just a lot of fun little threads to pull, and have been pulling, and a lot of fun stuff. Just seeing how you guys react to certain things, because I've been playing Call of Cthulhu for a little over 2 years now. So I have a lot of experience as a player, and it's like, well, I know how I'd react in this scenario, and then y'all do something completely different. I'm like, that's a much more diplomatic approach. I like it. And just seeing how you guys react differently to how my Call of Cthulhu groups I'm a player and plays. So super duper fun. You guys are amazing and lovely, and I think you all are amazing. And I left things open-ended, so you know I need a bit of a break as a Cthulhu DM. So, but maybe, who knows? Maybe next season we'll be back. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But in the meanwhile, everyone, I'm Laugh Love Lindy. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. As such, I play in and DM a lot of tabletop RPGs. In an hour, I'll actually be DMing Mr. Ravenloft on my channel, which is super spooky fun times, though they're shopping in a town with absolutely no werewolves in it today. I don't think any of them are watching, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so check that out if you're interested. And of course, follow Encounter Roleplay, because they're awesome, and they let us play lots of Call of Cthulhu and introduced me to Call of Cthulhu, so that's amazing. And meanwhile, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be here laughing when you do. Bye, folks.